And we are hungry for Grizzly basketball, and we are happy to have some tonight to satisfy our palates. We're broadcasting live from Fort Scott, Kansas, upon the footprint of Fort Scott High School, home of the Tigers, as they're getting set to take on your Grizzlies, a battle of the two teams in first place in the SEK League standings. Welcome in, Grizzly fans. This is the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball. I'm Jack Leak III. Alongside me is my father, Jack Leak, and Lucas Hayward is on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. Just under 5 minutes until tip-off here in Fort Scott Gymnasium. Dad, we'll go ahead and nail a few talking points here in the shortened pregame show tonight. Both these teams tied for first. They beat us at home, so our Grizzlies are seeking road revenge in the biggest game of the year tonight.
Yeah, and it'll take a good effort from the Grizzlies. It's always kind of a tricky environment, it feels like, to come play up here, but our girls, defense has always been kind of our go-to what we're known for, always defend well, and it seems like defense travels, so we won't be able to turn the ball over tonight. We're probably going to have to be able to make some outside shots against this Fort Scott zone, so I'm excited, ready for it. I know there's a lot on the line really for us, so ready to get started.
Last week was kind of a snowy week that did not obtain much school for anybody in the area. However, Fort Scott did play on Friday at Pittsburgh, where it was a 2-point game with 3 minutes left, but Fort Scott went on to win by 10. They got to have a returning player, Abby Gorman, back. She made 2 or 3 3-point shots in that game. We did not play Abby Gorman when they beat us at home, so they have a player back. They played a game last week, whereas our Grizzlies haven't played for seemingly 100 days. They were able to scrap together a couple informal optional practices last week. So very curious, very curious. It's a unique situation. We had last Friday off anyways, but our game Tuesday against Fort Scott was canceled. We haven't played for 10 days. It's on the road against a team that is behind us, the best in the league, with a player back. And I don't feel like I've watched our team play in a long time. So there's just some factors that create question marks, but I still feel like we're a better team than Fort Scott. And so with that said, I still look for Labette County to win tonight.
Yeah, I do too. And it does feel strange. I had to stop on the way over here and think about it. It feels like forever since we played. I didn't realize it was 10 days, but so yeah, it just kind of getting back into that flow, and which we will this week. We've got 3 games tonight and tomorrow and Friday, so we're going to jump right in to get back at it. So I look for a good showing tonight out of us. I too feel like we're the better team, and especially with Fort Scott beating us at home the last time we played. To me, that plays kind of to our advantage tonight to play them again. So yeah, looking forward to it.
In that game at home against Fort Scott, Labette County shot horribly from the free throw line. It was like, gosh, I should have had my other book out. It was like 5 of 22 or 6 of 25. It was something like, it was terrible. And Labette County shot poorly, played poorly, didn't make a free throw. But I will tell you this. I credit Fort Scott for some of that. And you'd think, well, what are you talking about? They can't control if our shots go in or not, but they can control our thoughts, maybe not our shots, but our thoughts. Their ability to not let our press turn them over hurt us mentally. They took away our identity, and we hated it.
Yeah, it threw us in kind of a funky loop.
Yes.
We were a little bit taken back, and then we got a little bit, not rattled, but we tried to kind of force something. We were just uncomfortable, so again, that's why I think tonight we have a better chance to play our style.
This has been the shortened version of the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball, back in 2 minutes after the national anthem. Welcome in Grizzly fans. Starters of tonight's contest for both squads being rattled off by the public address announcer below us. Let's dive into starters. First, for the home team, the Fort Scott Lady Tigers, number 2, a 5'6" junior, Abby Gorman. Arguably their best shooter, did not play due to a hamstring injury when they beat us at home. Number 10, a 5'5" senior, Allie Brown. Number 20, a 5'9" junior, Claire McElroy. Number 23, a 6-foot-tall senior, hurt us inside a bit, Kylie Comstock. And number 25, a 5'9" junior, JC Rogers. And for your Labette County Lady Grizzlies tonight, the starting 5 is number 13, a 5'5" junior, Amelia Carnahan. Number 14, a 5'9" senior, Aubrey Boss. Number 21, a 5'9" senior, Madison Bevins. Number 23, a 5'8" senior, Landry O'Brien. Number 33, a 5'10" senior, Kinsley Boss. Head coach for Fort Scott, who I do not see in attendance tonight actually, is Coach Pashon Steps. But I don't see him over there. I really like Coach Steps, one of my favorites for sure, so hope everything's okay with him. And head coach for Labette County, Brianna Vollmer, assisted by Heather Wilson and Madison Evans. 8 minutes put on both scoreboards on the north and south ends of the gym. Labette County in their road black uniforms, tops and bottoms. Fort Scott in their home whites. I know it's a reschedule and a Monday night, but where's the atmosphere? Where's the fans?
Yeah, it does seem a little thin over there, doesn't it? Even the student section area. I don't know.
I hate harping on it like I feel like I do, but I just don't understand.
It'll be different tomorrow night.
Yeah, when we play at home, that's
yes.
right. Referee waltzes to the center paw at center court, and the tip is won by Fort Scott right to left. The home team works with it. These two teams tied for first place in the league, and an easy 2-point shot is up and down for Comstock. 2-0 Fort Scott, applying pressure here defensively.
Yeah, they sure are, and we better be ready for that because they're going to take it inside every chance they get.
Kinsley misses a little right-hand hook. Rebound Gorman. Glad to see her healthy again. Had a hamstring issue last time we played. Fort Scott back with the basketball, up 2-0 early in this one. Landry contests Gorman in the corner where she likes to shoot threes. They go in. It's intercepted, tipped by Kinsley, picked up by Landry.
Yeah, that was great defense there by Boss, knocking that ball away.
Labette County turns it over, a little sped up as they work the floor left to right. And remember, it's been since February 14th since this team has played back at home on Tamashon night, where they won 61-30 against Chanute. Fort Scott all the way in the paint. Kick out pass to Brown, who really hurt us at home, and Millie Carnahan called for a reach.
Like we set up more of a half-court trap that time. We didn't see that a lot the first time we played them. So Coach Vollmer dialed up a little different type of press, I guess, to start off with.
Lots of reschedules throughout the region, throughout the state. The sub-state seeding this week will come to an end. Gorman open from deep, missed it off the right heel. Carnahan ran after it but pulled back. It'll be Labette County ball.
Yeah, we were in a 1-2-2 zone that time, maybe just because it was an inbounds play, but just a different look.
Millie throws to Landry, who forwards back to Carnahan, who's bumped but no whistle. Throws to Landry, tipped. Labette County struggling here. Gorman intercepts it. She'll miss the layup. Brown's there to clean up and is fouled by Landry. And Allie Brown will shoot two. Labette County a little crusty-rusty here early.
Yeah, that press kind of got us in a pinch, and we threw the ball away, and which led to a foul on Landry. So, you know, turnovers turn to bad things most generally. We've got to clean that up.
First free throw good by Brown. And I know on the road you always have to create your own energy, but I feel like we're playing a pickup game in a rec center. It's just kind of awkward, let alone to be the visiting team. Brown's second free throw rattles in similar fashion, and the home team leads 4-0. Again, these teams tied at first place with one loss, and Labette County almost turns it over. So two first-place teams in the league playing here tonight. This win will go a long, long way for a better seed and, more importantly for these girls, probably an SEK championship. Winner tonight isn't guaranteed anything, but a share is about in the books.
Right.
Another poor high-low pass from Aubrey to Jaden out of bounds, and Coach Vollmer turns and chirps at her bench.
Yeah. Again, keep saying this over and over. We won't be able to do that tonight very often. This team will punish a mistake like that. So, and I noticed Fort Scott was in that zone defense, so that's what we predicted.
Fort Scott right to left. Brown throws it at the shin of Aubrey Boss, who intercepts it, and then they lose it out of bounds. Fort Scott gets it back.
Feel a little bit like we're nervous right now, a little bit tense. Don't see that real often, but we're not settled in yet.
Brown throws it into Gorman, 7 feet from the rim, misses. Put back as well. Rebound, Aubrey Boss.
Boy, that was big. We needed to keep them from scoring there for sure.
Good pass from Landry to Maddie Bevins, who's blocked under the bench, no whistle. Allie Brown finds herself with the pumpkin, right to left. A pass for Fort Scott goes out of bounds, turnover Tigers. And in for Labette County is Amory Baker and Millie Carnahan. They check in for Aubrey Boss and Madison Bevins.
Yeah, Fort Scott gave us one back there. They had their own turnover, so it goes both ways.
5:45 first quarter. Fort Scott 4, Labette County 0. Carnahan swims across the half-court line and throws to Landry in the corner. Throws into a double team. Baker harassed. A jump ball will keep it with Labette County. Landry did not do Amory many favors there. Threw it into a hornet's nest.
Yeah, and Comstock's a really good 5 inside, so our 5s will have to play real clean tonight.
Boy, Labette County just not playing well right now. Turn it over again on the inbounds play. Fort Scott has it back and a little bit of mojo here at home early.
Yeah, we need to get another defensive stop here and then just have something good happen on the offensive end. We'll be okay.
4-0 Fort Scott. Labette County in a zone. 5:15 first quarter. Left wing holding it is McElroy. Gorman, they're trying to get her a look. She's a good shooter. McElroy drives off the glass. Impressive. Oh, but she missed it barely. Rebound, Jaden Davis.
Yeah, she had a pretty good look there. Just shot it a little high off the backboard.
Carnahan throws to Landry, left wing. A high arcing three is short. Air ball lands in the arms of J.C. Rogers, who scored against us. I think she had 16 in that first matchup. Labette County gets a steal, though. Some sloppy play racking up here on the hardwood.
Yeah, we're going to want to get some better looks here. Be a little more patient offensively, I think.
Landry at the heart of the floor between the rings. Loses it on the carom. Fort Scott, steal. Right to left. Bounce pass picked by Landry. Left to right, Labette County now goes with it.
I don't know if you could tell, she baited that pass. She ran just slow enough that the defender couldn't see her behind our other player. That was really well played there. A lot happened.
Jaden Davis about 8 feet from the rim, fouled hard, and she'll shoot a couple. Hit the deck pretty hard, Jaden did there, trying to get Labette County their first points of the game almost halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, that's one on Comstock. I'd like to get a couple on her, just bam, bam. That'd be nice. That'd slow her down.
First free throw for Davis is good. Allie Brown checks back in. I didn't see her come out, but she replaces Kylie Comstock, as you alluded to. Didn't score a lot against us, but her presence was enough underneath. Davis, second free throw, swish.
Yeah, we'll take that. That's, if I remember correctly, I think we made like 3 for 20 free throws the first time, so that looked good. A good way to start.
Fort Scott breaks the press, right to left. McElroy at the cup. Easy layup is good. Oh, I'm sorry, J.C. Rogers.
Yeah, if we're going to press, that's fine, but we can't give chip shots to him.
Fort Scott controlled every facet of the game in Altamont. Labette County trying to score here. Aubrey misses. Put back. Baker, you got it.
Yeah, that was such a nice drive and shot. And Baker's always in good position and did a good job going straight back up quickly.
6-4, Fort Scott, 3:30, first period. Two of the best teams in the SEK. Allie Brown barks out orders, looks for a teammate, smiles as nobody's open, and throws near side to Cowan, who throws back to Brown. Given room, she'll pull from deep, and she'll miss badly. Long board, though, goes to Gorman. She'll swim into the black sea that are the jerseys of the Grizzlies. And Labette County saved it, but it went to Fort Scott. Ball on the deck, wild possession. Brown has it, far side, tipped twice, somehow maintained by Yarrick. Shot clock violation.
Man.
What a possession.
Really looked like we're loosening up. Got a few baskets, defended, jumping to the ball, scrapping. Was clean, no fouls. That was a great possession there defensively.
2:57 first period. Fort Scott 6, Labette County 4. Labette County moving it. No, intercepted. Fort Scott tipped it and stole it. Cowan near the cup, looks to reverse. Landry all over her. Back in the game here is Comstock. A punch and drive. Comstock gets it back, swims to the cup, misses it, tipped out to Amory Baker.
Yeah, pretty good defense there. I wish someone would have stepped up and taken the charge on Comstock. Kind of came in out of control.
Landry O'Brien drives with the right hand, baseline. In between the legs, the ball goes of Yarrick. Boss 3 misses. Baker underneath for the tie. No. Rebound is Baker's, though. Labette County keeps. Ball is moved. Landry for the lead. Short. Rebound, Cowan.
Yeah, Amory, we sure need those. I appreciate her effort. We got a steal here by Boss.
Labette County trying to tie it at 6. Landry does not get the and one, but she's fouled. Labette County picking up some intensity here.
Yeah, for sure. And she knew when she got that ball inside O'Brien, she needed to go up with it. So drawing the foul, that was well done.
Landry's first is no good. She has one more loading here in a moment. Kinsley Voss checks back in for Jaden Davis. Landry's second free throw is up and good.
Looks like we're going to drop back on this possession and just pick them up, not even press this time. Looks like we're going to a zone.
Both teams have been in a zone. It's a 2-3 for both of them. Minute 50, first quarter. 6-5, Tigers. Cantrell defends Cowan. Cowan, not many options, finds Brown, who's quadruple teamed and passes out. Three-pointer blocked, but it goes to Cowan. Fort Scott fortunate. Another deep shot clock situation. Ball goes in. Little jumper misses. Comstock's there, and she's fouled.
That was a good defensive possession overall. Just got an unfortunate bounce there, and Comstock battled and got the rebound and the putback. Drawing the foul.
I'm not going to speculate. Well, we'll talk about that in the halftime show. I don't have enough time right now. I was just going to talk about sub-state seeding and potential draws and things of that nature. But we'll get into that during our halftime show. There's a couple outcomes that could take place, win or lose for Labette County. Comstock's first free throw is good. They're a perfect 3 for 3 from the line, are the Lady Tigers. Comstock bends at the knees, fires, and misses this one. Tipped out by who? Jaden Davis. And Fort Scott's going to keep it. Coach Vollmer upset.
Yeah, I can't tell if she's upset about that call or the fact that
Fort
Scott was able to get underneath and get position.
I can't tell quite either. Ball goes in at the top of the key. McElroy has it. Good look inside. Gorman doesn't get the and one, but she'll shoot 2. The refs are always different when you travel north. Here in Chanute, they're always different.
I think that time we just didn't sag in the zone when the ball's away from you. You have to kind of sag to the ball to protect the middle. It's wide open.
Yeah, whether it was a foul or not, we shouldn't have been rewarded in any way for a poor defensive assignment. But Gorman makes the first. The second is on its way and good as well. And Fort Scott leads 9-5. A couple subs for Labette. On the floor, Carnahan, Landry O'Brien, Maddie Bevins, Kinsley Boss, and Jaden Davis. Or Aubrey Boss, apologies. Landry drives into a sea of white jerseys, throws it out of bounds. Was it tipped? Yes. Labette County keeps. Landry to throw it in front of Fort Scott's cheer squad. A rescheduled game tonight. here in Fort Scott. Labette County plays tomorrow and finishes the regular season on Friday. Carnahan back and forth with the ball, drives into the baseline, throws a rainbow pass that lands in the basket of Aubrey Boss. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Maddie Bevins, good cut, fades, fouled. She'll shoot 2.
Yeah, and this might be on Comstock. Fingers crossed. That was a great pass, by the way, inside.
That is 2 on Kylie Comstock. Fort Scott's coaches look at the ref, ask for an explanation, as Comstock surely will check out after this first free throw misses by Maddie. In the game for Labette is Anna Cantrell and Amory Baker. And sure enough, J.C. Rogers checks in for Comstock. Second free throw for Bevins is good. 9-6 Fort Scott, 50 seconds left in the first quarter. Such an awkward night. Not a lot of atmosphere, but such a big game. I think that's why my mind is confused. Biggest game of the year for both teams, and there's no atmosphere. Gorman, little floater, falls, and she is a good offensive threat they didn't have when they played us at home.
Yeah, that was nice. Got to credit that. Good drive, good shot there by Gorman.
Labette County needs to get good looks here. Baker blocked on a three-point shot, but it goes out of bounds off of the Tigers. Landry O'Brien and Millie Carnahan check in for the last offensive possession. Maybe. Yes, they will. Those two come in for Baker and Cantrell.
Notice something, Coach Ballmer's not pressing, and she's dropped back to a zone, so I actually respect that. I think that's our best chance to play this team.
Ball goes into Maddie Bevins. Clock doesn't run, still isn't running, but Maddie Bevins scores anyways. The clock never ran, and now they realize it, as Maddie Bevins scored while the clock was not running. As they better not take that away.
No,
it's 11-8.
5 seconds off, maybe something up.
It's 11-8 Fort Scott. Well, the refs took away a game-winning basket for our boys a couple years ago, so I wouldn't be shocked. As our boys had a win secured, or I don't remember if it was overtime, and a Fort Scott player shot a 3 on the left wing when the buzzer sounded, but the refs gave him the shot. So that was a big deal a couple years ago. 11-8 Fort Scott, 17 seconds first quarter. So the basket, of course, stays for Bevins. She's got 3 points, leads us in scoring. Ball goes in. It's picked up by Abby Gorman. Right to left, she has it. Dribbles with her head up. 10 seconds. She drives and sheds. Allie Brown drives with the left. Dump down. McElroy off the glass. She's going to get the friendly roll, but Labette County has a little bit of time. 1 second. Boss doesn't see it. Gets it off in time, but misses it. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit off so far tonight. That was Aubrey Yarrick that made the two-pointer for Fort Scott. Tigers 13, Grizzlies 8 at the end of one period from Fort Scott, Kansas. Back in 1 minute, this is Lady Grizzly basketball.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Welcome back, basketball fans. We're live from Fort Scott, Kansas, where our Lady Grizzlies trailed the Lady Tigers 13-8 to start the second quarter. Both these teams in first place in the SEK League standings with just one loss in the league apiece. Fort Scott has the ball to start the second period. A three-point shot is on its way and missed by McElroy.
You know, right now we're down 5, but it feels to me like we played this team to within 2, really. I feel like we're playing a pretty good game. We're just a shot or 2 out here.
Carnahan swamped, and it's going to go off her out of bounds. Turnover, Labette County on the far side of the floor.
Yeah, we're going to have to deal with that. Fort Scott defends really well.
Fort Scott 13, Labette County 8. Long pass, risky but caught by Cowan. Fort Scott's looked a little bit hungrier to me than Labette County, and perhaps it could be because they had a game on Friday and Labette County hasn't played in a long time, had a couple optional practices last week. I know excuses are on the last thing of Coach Vollmer's list, believe me. Dump down pass intercepted by Kinsley Boss. Labette County trying to create energy on defense, but we need points on offense as Gorman is going to be called for a foul on Fort Scott.
We'll take that on her too. It never hurts if we can get 2 or 3 of their players with a couple of fouls in the first half.
Millie Carnahan with a nice look, a deep 2 misses. Kinsley Boss gets the board, loses it a bit but picks it up. Finds Carnahan, who finds Landry. This is a good look, and she scores it.
Yeah, caught it, jumped, shot it so quickly. That's the way you got to do it inside before that defense collapses on you.
Labette County strikes first in the second quarter. Tigers right to left. Gorman double teamed. Landry bumps her, no whistle. Cowan back to Gorman, surveys her options, reverses it. Looking to get to the weak side of the floor. The ball doesn't. It stays on that side. Gorman, offensive foul.
I think that's 2 on her.
Yes.
Here comes Comstock in with 2 fouls, so interesting.
That is 2 on Abby Gorman, and she is replaced, like you said, by Comstock, their 6-foot-tall big, who has 2 fouls herself. Labette County fortunate to have possession here. Brown pokes it out of the possession of Carnahan. Labette County will keep it, though, down 3 with 6 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, Carnahan didn't feel Brown coming up behind her there, so glad she slapped it out of bounds.
Set play here. Carnahan fakes on a 3, drives, little floater, misses short, rebound Comstock.
It's unfortunate that didn't go in. That was a nice play there by Millie.
Fort Scott pushes pace. Nobody cuts off the Lady Tiger underneath, and Cowan scores a 2-pointer, and that is the 6th Lady Tiger to score this game.
Yeah, another fairly easy bucket off that press.
Landry all the way to the cup. She scores, the captain of this squad.
Yeah, we'll take that all night, too. That's exactly how she loves to play, is full speed.
Just a 3-point game. Comstock breaks the press, but a timeout from Fort Scott. Tigers 15, Lady Grizzlies 12, 5.5 minutes until halftime. Let's go ahead and take 30 seconds on KLKC.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Abby Gorman back in the game for Fort Scott. So Gorman and Comstock each with 2 fouls in the game. Brown wide open 3 right wing. Strong long board goes to Gorman. Offensive rebounding has gone to Fort Scott here early. Gorman from 8 feet missed it. Rebound Maddie Bevins. Call a foul. He's going to call a jump, but it'll go to Labette County.
Yeah, we just needed to be a little more aggressive with that. We had the rebound, just need to keep the ball moving. Kind of stay strong with it. Fort Scott's got 2 good players on the floor with 2 fouls. So if we could get at least one of them to pick up a third, that'd be really good here before halftime.
Allison Wheeler in the game for the Tigers. She replaces McElroy. Baker underneath the rim, tries to do her up and under. It's blocked by Comstock. Risky from the Fort Scott big. I like it from Baker, though.
I do, too. That was a foul, actually. I mean, she was lucky.
Fort Scott traveled, no whistle, but the basketball gods right the ship. Fort Scott turns it over inside. Left to right go the Grizzlies, only down 3. Maddie Bevins for the tie. Miss. Rebound Wheeler.
I expected that to go down.
Me
She's
too.
a good shooter, and she's been shooting so great. And that was close.
Allie Brown with it, defended by Landry O'Brien. Two of the better players in the SEK going at it. 4:15 left in the half. Labette County down 3. Huge game as far as SEK title goes. Brown working, looking, trying to pass. Comstock on a screen. Gorman on the feed. Now Brown back with it right wing. And a foul on Labette County here. Interesting, as Coach Vollmer's questioning it a little bit as well. And they're going to get Landry O'Brien her second to make things even more spicy. She'll check out.
Yeah, we might not see her till third quarter.
Tigers throw it in, miss a little bunny, but they get another board. Gorman with it. Fort Scott maintaining possessions here. Comstock on a drive, kick out Brown. Doesn't like the step back option, throws back to Comstock. Downhill, travels, turns it over.
Yeah, down here on these rebounding, we're going to have to want it more than that. This last couple of possessions, we're just getting out hustled for the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Fort Scott has been more juiced in this one early. I don't think that's necessarily an opinion as much as it is a fact, and that coach right there would tell you the same thing. Labette County's only down 3 with 3:45 left until halftime.
And here we go, dealing with this press without our point guard, so Millie does a good job there getting it across the timeline.
O'Brien on the bench with 2 fouls. Kinsley Boss doesn't like the pull-up jumper and rotates it to her sister. Now Carnahan, who takes over offensively for Labette County with Landry O'Brien on the bench. Carnahan dribbles with one hand, throws to Aubrey Boss, who wants to tie the game and missed it. Good positioning for Comstock, and Kaylin McCoy is in the game as well for Labette County here.
Not exactly the shot we wanted, but that'd have been nice if that had went down. It was a good-looking shot.
Such an odd first half here, I feel like, for Labette County, only having 12 first half points. McElroy at the top, three-pointer, no. Long board is Aubrey Boss's. She'll bring it up left to right. Labette County moves. Boss, near travel, turns it over inside. Comstock intercepted it.
Yeah,
boy.
Trying her best, just not real comfortable running up top there with the ball.
2:30 left until halftime. Keely Good set to check in alongside a couple friends. Good pin down. That was good offense. Comstock scores it for Fort Scott.
Yeah, that's a shot she won't miss, so have to limit her opportunities with that for sure.
Coach Vollmer calling for a timeout pretty aggressively and is finally heard by an official. Timeout here from Labette County, down by 5 with 2 minutes just over until halftime. We'll keep it here and thank some sponsors for allowing the broadcast to take place. We'd like to thank O'Brien Ready Mix, Vollmer's Cement Finishing, Labette Community College, Labette Health, Tank Connection, Commercial Bank, the Corner Store of Altamont, and USD 506. We would also like to remind you of a new sponsor we're so happy to have, Brown's Mechanical and Plumbing. Brown's Mechanical and Plumbing Services is here to help with all your HVAC and small plumbing needs. Proudly serving Altamont, Parsons, Cherryvale, Oswego, and everywhere in between. Call Nathan today at 620-778-6817. That's 778-6817 for Brown's Mechanical and Plumbing. Labette County with it out of a Coach Vollmer timeout. Jaden Davis back in. Aubrey Boss, a little floater, misses, pinballed twice. Aubrey saves it, finds Maddie. Back to Boss, right wing. She'll settle with the right hand. Find Jaden Davis, a little jumper, misses, squirts out to Comstock. Labette County offensively laboring.
Yeah, I like the opportunity there to have a couple of shots at it. We rebounded, got a little more aggressive that time, so got to limit them down here for sure. Can't give them 2 or 3 shots at it.
17-12, Fort Scott. They're wanting to go to Comstock. They do. Turnaround, Jay misses. Tough shot.
Yeah, she was guarded well, too. She forced that, Comstock did, so good defense there.
Right wing goes the ball. Keely Good finds herself with it. Jaden Davis's pass is tipped but goes to Good. Bevins drives, pulls up, misses. Rebound, Fort Scott. Jeepers.
Yeah, hoping for a foul there, but no call.
Each team has scored just 4 points this quarter. It's been a wash in the second period, but Labette County's illness on the offensive end has made it not necessarily feel like it. Just 60 seconds till half. This first half has flown by. Ball goes in. Facing is Rogers. Scoring is Rogers. Great move.
Yep. Pivoted to the inside, got us on her hip, and then just went back with the left hand.
19-12, Labette County nearly throws it away. Jaden Davis, not a great pass. Aubrey Boss finds herself with it and bangs home a 3. We needed that like oxygen.
Gosh, how big was that? Yeah, Jaden will tell you when she sees this, if she watches it, she just kind of turned and threw that pass, and we were fortunate to maintain that possession.
Labette County, after that 3 from Aubrey Boss, makes it just a 4-point deficit. 20 seconds until halftime. Fort Scott content to hold for the final shot. Brown. Now they shoot premature, but they score. J.C. Rogers has 6. Labette County, 7 seconds till half. We got to go. 5 seconds. Aubrey Boss gets all the way. Baker, 1 second. We've got to shoot it. Baker fouled.
Oh,
Comstock. Oh, my goodness. What an eventful final 0.5 seconds of the half. Comstock picks up her 3rd personal foul, and Amory Baker's going to shoot 2 free throws. That is huge.
How sick is Fort Scott right now? Picks up a foul with no time on the clock. So basically with at the buzzer.
Wow. Whether or not Baker makes either of these, oh well, that's huge. Baker does miss the first, throws the ball back quickly to the official. It's a 6-point Fort Scott lead. It's almost halftime. Baker's free throw's good. So that'll do it for one half of basketball from Fort Scott, Kansas. What a weird 16 minutes of basketball. Fort Scott 21, Labette County 16 at the break. Let's take a 3-minute timeout and come back with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Welcome in, Grizzly fans. This is the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. I'm Jack Leak III. Alongside me, my father, Jack Leak. Lucas Hayward on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. Your halftime score between the two teams in first place in the SEK, Fort Scott 21, Labette County 16. Dad, explain to our audience rather, why that was such a weird first half for those that might just be tuning in.
Well, thanks. I don't know if I can put my finger on it exactly.
I don't know if we played the worst half I've ever seen or an okay half. It was so weird.
Yeah, we played. We played okay. We, Fort Scott's a talented team. I mean, kind of start with that. We seemed a little rattled, a little nervous to me, a little uncanny for us.
Yeah.
Coupled with the fact we haven't played in 10 days. I mean, there's a lot at it on the road. And again, none of these are excuses. The bottom line is Fort Scott's a fine team. They've created defensively, put us in some positions to throw the ball away, because of how they defend. And then against our press, that's normally kind of where we make our music or whatever, make our points. Fort Scott, it doesn't seem to really harass them. I don't think we've had maybe one steal, but none of them have led to just easy layups.
Right.
They're too good for that. So,
right.
And Coach Vollmer's mixed it up, played some zone, dropped back into a trap. So we've tried some different things. It seems like we get it down to one possession, 3 points, and then Fort Scott would stretch it back out to 7 or 8. So we definitely have to play a tighter second half as far as what I call silly turnovers, just ones that we just literally throw the ball away. And so just really can't do that very much at all against this team. So, yeah, down to 5? So just a couple possessions here and see if there's any adjustments at all on either team at the half. And, just see what kind of second half we can put together. Seems like all year long we've played a better second half than most of the teams we played normally.
Yeah, it does feel that way. Silver Lake laid an egg in the first half and then beat them the final 3 quarters, the best team in 3A. So, no, there's a couple comparatives there. I agree. Typically play a little better in the second half, but that was the biggest difference to me at home was Fort Scott's ability to allow us not to turn them over in our press. We're infamous for a quick 7-0, 8-0 run from steals at half court and right-hand layups. Tonight we haven't had one. At home when they beat us by 9, I don't know if we had one.
Yeah.
So, and this is a team that is good to play because 2 reasons. One, we might play Fort Scott in the sub-state championship game. It's going to be close on seeding, especially if we lose tonight.
Right.
And 2, either way, we're going to play a darn good team that Saturday in the sub-state finals that will be able to break our press.
Yeah, I'd say it's safe to say from here on out this year, starting tonight, we're not gonna play a basketball team that can't get the ball across half court.
Correct.
They're not just going to give you those freebies. So this is exactly what we're going to face from here on out.
Yep.
So we might as well step up here and deal with it here and just overcome it, make our game a little more complete offensively, and get us a good road win.
When Labette County isn't getting points from their front court, Jaden Davis, Amory Baker, maybe Kinsley Boss, Aubrey Boss, floaters inside, the half-court offense has struggled a lot. Because I think we're more of a transition team, off steals, off rebounds, move it, get a good look before the defense gets set maybe. But whenever a team's able to stop us inside, look us in the face and say score, we've struggled to do it. And that's okay because we can still win. But it's been something that I think that we're going to have to get a little better on in the next 7 days. But this has been the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Labette County down 21-16 at the intermission. Back in 2 minutes with half number 2. Fort Scott inbounds the basketball to start the second half of play. We're live from Fort Scott, Kansas. Welcome in, basketball fans. Gorman with the basketball along the baseline. Her pass intercepted. Ball's on the deck, and Labette County has it, and a jump ball will give it to the Grizzlies.
That was a good first possession. The Grizzlies start out in the zone and get a turnover on a jump ball. So
each team scored 8 points in the first half. Scoring is something I forgot to get to in the halftime show, and Labette County turns it over. Carnahan defended well by Gorman.
Yeah, this press, we're going to have to keep the ball in the middle of the court as best you can. A press always baits you into going to the sideline in your trap, so got to try to keep it in the center of the court.
Labette County was led in scoring by Landry O'Brien with 5 points, and for Fort Scott, J.C. Rogers had 6, and a behind-the-back foul on Kinsley Boss is whistled in. I thought she made a good post defense from the backside.
Yeah. Goodness, that doesn't a little out of character for this crew. They've been kind of letting play.
Yeah.
That was touchy.
Ball goes in for the Tigers. Jumper grazes the front of the rim and misses for Rogers. Comstock picked up her 3rd personal foul, the Fort Scott 6-foot-tall center, as time expired in the second quarter. Landry O'Brien, that's a tough shot, but she barely missed it. Rebound is tipped to Comstock, who finds Allie Brown. That's a good Batman-Robin duo right there.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Gorman gets a little baseline jumper to fall down, and she has 6 points, a player we did not face back at home against these guys.
It's a better job there, getting the ball to the middle of the floor. It's easier to break the press.
Labette County playing catch beyond the arc. Aubrey Boss initiates, misses a runner, rebound Tigers. They're double teamed though, and they get out of it. Does McElroy, left to right, not out of the woods yet, all the way to the paint. She finds her teammate, and they score. How did McElroy do that? But Rogers was the beneficiary.
Well, we had kind of a makeshift press.
Yeah.
We weren't really pressing. We were just trying to get the ball, and then we neglect getting back, and that leads to a fairly – that was a nice shot by her down low, but she was open.
Labette County 16, Fort Scott 25. And, man, I'll tell you, I don't feel like Fort Scott is this much better than we are.
Yeah, they're
it's
not.
Just, I don't know.
They've just been more complete and sound.
Yeah.
They haven't made as many mistakes.
Yeah, Labette County throws one away. Abby Gorman intercepts it. Left to right goes number 2 in white. Near travel, sheds off, finds a teammate that misses. Landry, finally a little bit of transition here. Gets right to left to the cup. No foul, but she scores. Timeout, Coach Vollmer, as Labette County's cut it to 7.
Yeah, that was a nice shot there, nice penetration. And for sure could have been a blocking foul and an and one there on Brown. So
Coach Vollmer getting into her girls during this 60-second break. Let's take 30 seconds with her on KLKC. Coach Vollmer doesn't do it often, which makes it effective, but she just lit into our Lady Grizzlies saying, do you want to walk into that locker room with your tail between your legs? Quit playing scared, play harder. Those are a few things I was able to hear from up here from Coach Vollmer.
That's exactly right. We've been timid at times and a little bit nerve-wracked at times, and not ourselves.
Fort Scott barely breaks a bit of pressure here out of the break. Let's see if any tides change here in Fort Scott. Tigers lead our Grizzlies by 7. This game doesn't necessarily determine outright an SEK champion, but by golly, in my book, it pretty much does. Left wing 3 for Fort Scott misses. Long board goes to Rogers. Tipped about off of Bevins. Fort Scott keeps.
He thought about it. That ref almost pointed to us. Kind of a last-second change of heart.
Allie Brown to throw it in. Throws it into Gorman, back to Brown. Nobody on her. 3, good.
Afraid of that.
Yeah.
She just caught it and shot it without any hesitation.
Fort Scott up by 10. 5 minutes, third period. Bevins dribbles twice, finds Baker left elbow, throws to Aubrey Boss, who hit a big 3 in the first half. Baker misses the jumper. One-arm rebound, Davis.
Oh.
How's that not a foul? Goes out off of Fort Scott. Labette County has it, though. In the game for the Grizzlies is Millie Carnahan. Let's see who she gets. She'll get Aubrey Boss.
Guess it doesn't do any good now to complain, but he swallowed the whistle there. That was a really bad hack down low.
Fort Scott's outscored Labette County 7-2 in the third quarter. That inbounds pass by Landry, out of bounds off Fort Scott, though. It'll stay with Labette County, as intercepting it was McElroy, and she fell down on the baseline. Some good fortune for Labette County there.
Yeah, how she fell, the ball just landed in her lap, but she was laying out of bounds, so yeah, it helped us.
Jaden Davis teeter-totters the ball, whips it to Landry, far corner. Dribbles twice, dump to JD from 8 feet, misses it underneath. Baker, stripped going up, fights hard for it. Maddie Bevins has it, and she's fouled, and will shoot 2.
Yeah, I'm glad they called that. There was some hacking going on in there, and they caught it.
For those that are new to how the broadcast work, each night except for Sub-State is a doubleheader, so the boys will play at the conclusion of this game. Maddie's first free throw's good. 4:49 third quarter, Labette County down by 9. Kinsley and Aubrey Boss both back in the game for Labette County. They replace the bigs of Davis and Baker. Maddie's second free throw is good as well.
Those were big, and the Grizzlies are going to press again, so let's see how we do here.
28-20. Fort Scott, long pass goes to McElroy. Double team, throws out and away. Turnover, Tigers.
That was nice. It doesn't happen a whole lot, but that was awfully nice. We'll take that.
Labette County throws it in and moves quickly. Carnahan left wing. Kinsley Boss posting hard but doesn't get it. Maddie Bevins throws back to Millie. Landry doubled off the zone. Skip pass goes Bevins. Inside Boss. I like the positioning here. Skip pass Landry. O'Brien for 3. Bang!
Well, that came at the perfect time. Picking up the press, hoping for some momentum here. Someone's got to get back.
Fort Scott left to right. Touches the paint. Loses it. Picked up by Carnahan. Heaves it to Landry. Collects. Shoots. Scores! It's a 3-point lead in Fort Scott. Timeout, Tigers.
Boy, that right there is how the Grizzlies roll. It was a great minute and a half for us.
We'll be back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed and high speed.
How does the home team respond after a visiting team run? We shall see. Fort Scott with it. Just a 3-point deficit our Grizzlies face now after a big run. Gorman spins near travel. Gotta call it travel. Gotta call it travel there. But a jump ball's gonna go to Fort Scott, who's out of sorts now. Amory Baker's going to check in for Kinsley Boss here with 3:46 left in the third quarter.
The Grizzlies definitely have some momentum right now. We just need to keep playing with that crazy intensity.
Allie Brown at the heart of the floor. Gorman, right wing, drives into prison, reverses to Brown. One more pass, it goes to Cowan. She'll rise, fire, and hit. That was big for them.
Yeah, they needed that. I hated to see it go down, but they needed it. She made a nice shot. So, hey, we got to respond. Got to keep it going.
O'Brien all the way to the cup. Wow! Landry with the floater of a lifetime.
Goodness, that was just a crazy good shot there. Look at this defense.
Interception. Boss after the pressure from Aubrey and Landry. O'Brien from 12. Yeah! It's a 1-point affair in Fort Scott.
Gosh, look at the body language difference between Fort Scott and us right now. It's just flipped.
Landry O'Brien with 11 points. Left to right, Fort Scott beats us backside. They miss it. Rebound fought for. Bevins has it. Labette County can take a lead on this try. 2:40, third quarter.
See how the little things go your way, too? They miss that layup.
Landry rips it, missed it, and a foul staying here on Fort Scott.
Yeah, just no one can explain it in sports, but once it just kind of turns, and then you just see that growth just explode in the team. It's just right now we are all about this game here. We could really, really, really run this out another 3 or 4 points if we can stay with it.
An 11-2 run for Labette County here. Down by 1 with it. Ball goes in. Bevins wants to rip the cords. Missed it. Rebound Fort Scott off the air ball deep. Left to right go the Tigers. Gorman dribbles up ahead, now retreats back to Brown. Deep three. No. Rebound Comstock. She'll fight. She'll shed. Little floater is good for Yarick.
Yeah, just like that. A couple good little shots there by them. Now they've got a little jump in their step, so really good battle going on right here.
A no-look pass for Bevins. Now Cantrell left wing. This is what this game should be. Landry O'Brien with 11 third quarter points, and we throw it away on a post-entry pass. Turnover Grizzlies.
Yeah.
Fort Scott, 3-on-3 situation. Comstock from 12, missed it. Rebound is Yarick, put back, no. Cantrell with it for Labette County.
Yeah, we needed that stop. Needed to have a good possession here. Landry walking it up, trying to set up something, maybe get a good look.
32-29 Tigers. Cantrell drives and kicks. 90 seconds left in the third. We throw it away again on a post-entry pass. Gorman with it.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but if we do that much, we can have a hard time or even have a prayer if we throw the ball away against this team. And then they do the same thing. So
both these teams being pretty mechanical, maybe a little bit too much on offense on the last couple possessions, as Brown was looking for Comstock inside and threw it way over her head.
Brown's gassed. She asked to be pulled out to sit down for a minute.
32-29. Fort Scott in front. Cantrell looks for a friend and finds Landry. Left wing. She's been great. 16 points on the game. Jump, stop, and kick. Carnahan doesn't want the 3 but wants the 2. Dumps down. Tipped about. Whose is it? Fort Scott's. Another turnover. 3 straight.
Millie being so unselfish, but she needs to shoot that. Either the three-pointer or the drive.
Whistle, stoppage of play by the official along the baseline. I don't think Fort Scott called the timeout. We'll see what he wanted here. Maybe shot clock, game clock. That's what it looks like. There's 47 seconds left in the third quarter. Labette County trails 32-29. Both these teams tied for first place in the SEK League with just 1 loss each. Officials gaze up at the scoreboard, perhaps going to make a couple tweaks to it. Labette County right now sits at the 3 seed in the East Substate region. If they win, they'll stay about right there, 1 through 3. If they lose, Fort Scott has the tiebreaker and will be maybe 5-4. So things will swing tonight. Opponent, too early to tell, but seeding will swing based on the outcome of tonight's game. Now, maybe more importantly to some of these girls, rightfully so, an SEK title just about hangs in the balance tonight. They took 5 seconds off the shot clock. That's all that I notice. Fort Scott has it. Little shot underneath. Misses. Rims off. Rebound Kinsley Boss. Nearly lost it out of bounds. And Labette County could hold if they want for the final shot of the third quarter.
Good strong rebound there by Boss. We had to have it.
Millie Carnahan throws to the top to Anna Cantrell. Cantrell dribbles to the heart, finds Carnahan right wing, deep. Throws to the top, Landry. 10 seconds, third quarter. She's got a quick trigger. Comes off a screen for the tie left wing. Yes! It's tied at 32. Fort Scott's not going to get a look. Tipped by Landry. She might get one. Oh, Landry coulda, shoulda shot it. But, man, Landry O'Brien with 14 third quarter points. And we're tied at 32 after Labette County trailed 28-18 minutes ago. We'll be back in 1 minute with the fourth period on KLKC.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Landry O'Brien with 19 points on the game. 14 of them came in the third quarter, and we're tied at 32 in the biggest game of the year for both these teams. Fourth quarter underway. Labette County with it. They want a lead. Don't get it. Rebound tip to Kinsley, though. Boss throws to Cantrell. To Millie. At 5 feet. Blocked. No whistle. Rebound Tigers. Double team, though. And out of bounds off of Rogers, and Labette County's going to keep it. Looked like she threw it off the leg of Davis.
Yeah, but I guess her foot slid out. There's what he pointed to, but I can just hear our crowd. Things are changing here. We just need to maintain this intensity.
Landry wants another three. Missed it. Davis put back, no. Kinsley stripped, no whistle again. Landry drives. Tension rising in Fort Scott. Boss to Millie. Carnahan drives, throws off Landry. She'll drive baseline, bumped again, out of bounds off Davis. It's going to Fort Scott. I love that they're letting them play.
Yeah, and they are too, man. They're getting shoved. Landry, careful here.
Landry's talking to the official along the baseline to our left. Fort Scott working the floor left to right. Labette County right to left.
Okay, yeah, guess this is what you want. All 10 players out there want to win here. It's really, really gearing up.
32-32. Labette County outscored the Tigers 16-11 in the third quarter. Comstock has not picked up a fourth personal foul. She had 3 in the first half. The Fort Scott big. Brown throws into Gorman. Gorman with an up and under jumper, missed it, rebound fought for, and Jaden Davis wins the battle. Landry O'Brien right to left she goes, and now she slows down.
Yeah, good job there by Jaden, and I've noticed Comstock playing with 3 fouls, plays a little more timid, so in some ways those fouls do affect her.
Landry's shoelace is untied. She was looking at Coach Vollmer and pointing at her shoelace that's untied, and we just got to play on. Kinsley Boss at the free throw line, misses badly to the left. Rebound Tigers. And they find McElroy, who's going to throw a one-arm pass to Brown, one-arm pass to Comstock, and she misses the layup with the left. Rebound Kinsley.
I'll take that right there. I was afraid they were going to get an easy put in.
Landry navigates. What a find! Davis blocked at the rim, kinda, by Comstock. Nobody can break 32 here.
Yeah, that's another good look. Dang it. Hoping we'd get that one.
What a great game. McElroy, right wing 3, goes.
What do you say about that? She had an open three-pointer and made it. We just have to respond.
Fort Scott tips a ball out of bounds. Labette County keeps it. I couldn't tell if they were going to call a foul or if it went off of Millie's chest.
Yeah, and I'm okay with it too. If they'll let both sides play, that's fine.
Yes.
So far they kind of have, so
yes,
can live with it.
35-32, Fort Scott in front by 3. 5:44 left in the game. Claire McElroy with her first points of the game on a 3-point shot from the right wing. Baker in the game for Labette. Swimming hook, misses. Rebound, Tigers up by 3 with the ball.
Not a bad look. She's good at that. That's kind of how she likes to pivot and shoot inside, so I'll take those shots.
5:30 left in the game. Gorman switches hands and drives. Gets Landry to bite. Jumper, no. Rebound, Landry O.
That was good, too. We don't want to go down 5. We're still one possession game here.
Aubrey Boss drives strong. Tough shot. She's fouled and will shoot 2.
That's what she's most comfortable with, that drive and kind of that jump shot. She's had a few shots about the free throw line where she's a little flat-footed. She's good at those too, just not as comfortable as she is driving.
Aubrey's first free throw is perfect. Her first trip to the line. Labette County 8 for 11 from the free throw line, and Boss makes both.
Yeah, that's been a big deal tonight, it's our free throws, so let's get a good stop here defensively.
Carnahan nearly creates that. Fort Scott had the press broken, but Cowan stopped dribbling. Here's Brown now. Fort Scott leads by 1. 5 minutes left. Good offense for Fort Scott, and J.C. Rogers scores underneath.
Yeah, we just overcommitted and left a wide open putback there. So, got to seal all the holes against this Fort Scott team these next 4 minutes.
Millie Carnahan drives, hook pass Baker, fouled, and Amory will shoot a couple. Carnahan on the pass.
Gosh, that was beautiful. Drove basically down the baseline, got to the basket, kind of a no-look hook pass back underneath, so really nice.
Baker's first free throw, no good off the right. All 4 teammates, that's Bevins, O'Brien, Boss, and Carnahan, all give her a high five. 4:36 left in the game. Fort Scott up by 3. Baker's second, misses as well. I thought Boss was in good position. Rebound Tigers, though. Left to right, Gorman. Doesn't like the drive, so she retreats, dribbles between the legs. Hands off to Cowan. Brown, dumped down Comstock at the rim, lost it off of Landry, I think, and Fort Scott will have it. Did I miss a maybe travel? Labette County fans want to travel. I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, it sure could have been, but pretty good defensive series for us right there. We seem to be jumping to the ball and helping off, leaving your man to help out if you have to stop the ball. It's important.
Fort Scott to inbound, they do. Gorman, catch and shoot 3. No! Rattled out. Offensive rebound, though. Missed. Another one for Cowan. Now to Gorman, who's fouled. 2 offensive rebounds for the Tigers here.
Yeah, that's going to happen. When a team gets 3 rebounds and 3 shots, bad things are going to happen.
Yeah.
We have to go for the rebounds. I mean, we just have to go all out and screen out.
Jaden Davis checks in for Amory Baker with 4:12 left in the game. Fort Scott up by 3 with the ball. McElroy to throw. She does to Cowan. Gorman open in the corner as they don't see her. Comstock drives. Very hard shot. Misses, and she gets it back. Gorman from 12. Miss. Rebound, Aubrey Boss. And her outlet pass goes to Landry O'Brien.
We've got Comstock looking awful uncomfortable right now.
Millie Carnahan a little hesitant to shoot tonight. Backdoor pass, Bevins, blocked by Comstock. Good block from the Fort Scott big.
It was. That was a good pass, good look. The shot just took a half a beat too long to get off, that's all.
It did go out of bounds, so Labette County will throw it in. Cowan checks out for the Tigers. I think it was Yarick that came in for her. 3:43 left. Labette County down by 3 points. Ball goes into Aubrey. Bevins for the tie. Miss. Long board goes to Yarick. Stripped out by Davis. Off of Jaden. Fort Scott will have it.
See what we got here. Yeah, we're going to keep the press on. Hopefully get a good steal or a turnover of sorts here.
Brown, long pass, caught by Comstock, drives all the way to the rim and one.
Yep, we never stopped the ball, never cut off that right hand, and she made us pay for it. Fort Scott's up 5 with a chance to make it 6.
3:30 left in the game. Comstock has 7 points on the night. Comstock's and one free throw is a swish. Timeout, Fort Scott. They lead by 6 with 3:30 left. Labette County needs this for an SEK title shot. Back in a minute on KLK.
V93.5 is your home for the best variety of the 80s, 90s, and today. Get your day started with the Anna and Raven Morning Show. You're the judge during couples court. Couples share their disagreement, and then you decide who's right. Think you know pop culture trivia? It could pay off, and you score the cash jackpot when you play Can't Beat Raven. Krause in the House gets you home every weekday afternoon starting at 2. Stream us anytime, anywhere at KLKCradio.com.
Church Clap, a famous line dance song playing here in the gym, and Labette County needs some prayers. Down 6 with 3:30 left in the game, but we have the ball and plenty of time.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, we just have to make each possession super important, both offensively and defensively. Cannot be sloppy here.
This is where I love the shot clock. Millie Carnahan drives. She's been passive tonight, which has been okay. Millie, right wing, defended by Brown, drives, looks to shoot, blocked by Comstock, who has proved to be a threat inside recently.
I like she takes it to her, though. That could have been called a foul. Maybe next time you pump fake, then go up. I like that, drive and shot.
Landry to throw it in. Rainbow lands in the hands of Baker. Throws back to Landry. 3 seconds on the shot clock. No whistle. Stripped. Stolen. Gorman left to right, and she's fouled by Aubrey Boss.
Kind of an odd exchange. From no fouls down here to a foul there, but got to take it.
2:50 left in the game. Labette County down 6. Brown throws into the zone. Gorman back to Brown. This is huge. She hits it.
Okay, down 9, 2 minutes left, 2.5. Yeah, we just have to let go now.
Landry looks to take over, drives, and a blocking foul on Fort Scott is called with 2:30 left in the game.
Normally when Landry feels this way, kind of feels the game slipping a little bit when she really steps up and tries to take over and do a lot. So
ball goes in. Sorry about that.
Nope.
Ball goes in. Landry O'Brien, right wing, drives. We need it. Floater, good. Labette County cuts it to 7 with 2:20 left.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but we had to have it, and that Carnahan steals on the press.
Carnahan with it. Jump stop floater. Missed. Gets her own. Put back. No whistle. Comstock another block. I do think it was clean.
It was.
Fort Scott left to right. That was huge. Brown drives once more and traveled. Fort Scott staying aggressive, and it hurt him right there.
Yeah. Really like this last possession. Carnahan hustled and got a couple looks. So that's what we need. Win or not, that's the kind of mentality we have to play with here.
43-36 The score, Labette County down. O'Brien harassed by Allie Brown. Jaden Davis, a little floater of her own, and yep, she was hacked across the arms by Comstock, and Jaden has 2 big free throws here.
Yeah, that was a nice kind of a drive shot and drew the foul, so let Jaden see what she can do here with the free throws.
Jaden's first free throw, good.
I feel like she shot well tonight from free throw line. I guess you got the stats in front of you.
Yeah, she's 3 for 3 now. As it looks like Coach Vollmer wants a 30-second timeout. Labette County 37, Fort Scott 43. But after this timeout, 1 more free throw for Jaden Davis. What are you thinking? You know, I mean, Labette County has done things to put them in this position, down late.
Yeah,
Should this end in a loss, I pray we draw Fort Scott in the sub-state championship game. That would be a lot of fun.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I still have hope. You know, Jaden will make this free throw. Then it's a 5-point game. Fort Scott is the team that's tight and nervous. You know, offensively, I don't know if they'll do much more unless it's a missed assignment. You know,
right, yeah. They're probably going to try to milk the clock.
Right.
Sometimes that can be so hard to do, so we'll see. 1 possession at a time.
Jaden Davis, second, good.
Gosh, no matter what, those were huge.
McElroy to throw it in. 5-second violation. They get it in. Indeed, the long pass goes to Gorman for Fort Scott. They've got it in a half-court set. Gorman harassed, bumped, fouled. That's just the 4th as a team on Labette County. They have to foul 1 more time before Fort Scott is shooting free throws. Fort Scott has not shot many free throws tonight at all, so that could hurt them. Who knows?
Yeah. Some of the fans are wanting to flop there on Fort Scott, but we'll see.
43-38 Tigers. Minute 40 left in the game. Allie Brown throws a backdoor pass to Comstock off the glass. Missed! Rebound is Carnahan's. What a great play from Fort Scott, but she missed it by an inch.
Yeah, gosh, that was all but in. We'll take that. Now let's get down here and get a score.
Huge. Davis holds it above her head. Carnahan for her first points. Air ball. Davis misses well. Comstock is fouled.
Yeah.
Labette County with just a couple opportunities missed there. Minute 20 left and 2 free throws for Comstock, who hit the deck hard.
Yeah, we were hustling, had our chance there to kind of knock that little putback down, but we didn't. So we have a minute 20 to try to get it back.
Full timeout for Scott. Let's go ahead and take a 1-minute break. Labette County needs some last-minute spark here on KLKC.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the 4-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
One minute, 20 seconds remains in a big game in the SEK. 43-38, Tigers lead. Comstock's first free throw of 2 is good.
Well, she's shot well, too, it seems to me, just by memory.
3 for 4 from the line is Comstock. One more in a silent gymnasium. Bends at the knees, fires and hits as well. A 7-point Fort Scott lead with 1:18 left. Landry forwards to Carnahan. Back to Landry. Deep left wing. Shoots the 3. Short. Rebound. Millie threw it off of the leg of Rogers, and Labette County preserves a possession, down 7 with a minute left.
Yeah, another nice hustle there by Millie Carnahan. Just gives us another opportunity to score here.
Carnahan to throw it in. Surveys her options. Overhead to Baker. Amory looks, finds Millie in the corner. We got to move. Carnahan in the corner, needs help. Baker comes to find. Amory shoots the 3, missed it. Rebound Fort Scott with 50 seconds left. Brown has it, forwards it to Comstock, and Carnahan's going to foul Comstock, who has shot well tonight.
Yeah. That point in the game where we, obviously feel like we have to kind of rush, get down there and score, and if you don't, then the other team gets a rebound. So kind of in this part of the game right here, got to hope for a miss and then hope we can get down there and score quickly.
First free throw for Comstock is good. Should Fort Scott go on to win, Labette County would need to hope they lose one more. They play at home against Coffeyville tomorrow and then at Independence on Friday. Comstock makes them both. So nothing is in the books. No championship is in the ceiling for either team after tonight, no matter what. Labette County down 9. Carnahan drives, misses one, tough off the glass. Rebound Comstock, and they find Brown up ahead. Back to Comstock. She's been busy at the line, and she'll continue to shoot as she's fouled now by Labette County. 28 seconds remain.
Yeah, 28 seconds. Labette County's down 9. Fort Scott shooting free throws here, so doesn't look like we're going to be able to pull this out. We'll, of course, give it our all for the next 28 seconds.
First free throw, good for Comstock. She is 6 for 6 from the line in the fourth quarter. Now, Labette County will play at home tomorrow against a Pittsburgh team that's played pretty good of late. They had this Fort Scott team within 2 with 3 minutes left on Friday before they lost to them by 10. Comstock makes them both, so things don't necessarily get a lot easier for Labette County in the next 24 hours. But they're going to need to win out and hope Fort Scott loses one more to share an SEK title. Comstock makes the second. It's an 11-point Tiger lead with 30 seconds left. Timeout Tigers, back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
At Labette Center, we have worked hard to make it easier than ever to start on your journey to wellness. The center provides a full range of mental health and substance use services to individuals of all ages. With expanded services and same-day access, you can begin your journey when you are ready. Visit our website at lcmhs.com to find out more about our services and begin your journey to wellness today. Labette Center for Mental Health. Help for today. Hope for tomorrow.
Worked oh so hard to get this game tied earlier tonight, and Fort Scott has just kind of slowly but surely stretched that lead back out, and it doesn't look like Labette County's going to be able to recover. Landry O'Brien shoots a deep 3 that misses. Aubrey Boss rebounds, ball on the deck, picked up by Gorman, and that will do it in this one. Labette County's going to fight hard still to the end. Brown is fouled, and she'll shoot 2 free throws to round this game out.
Yeah, that's how I think we were tied in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Or, to start the fourth quarter and then kind of back and forth a little bit. And, this is kind of how these games bleed out. You get down 4-5 and the clock becomes an issue. And when it's all said and done, it looks like you lost by 13 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a tie ball game 10 minutes ago, basically. So it was a good ball game.
As you don't ever wish bad upon an opponent, but you have to hope Fort Scott kind of lets some confidence get the best of them, and they slip here tomorrow at home against Coffeyville. I mean, I'm just speaking to the path of an SEK title, as I think even if a team has a head-to-head over you and you have the same league record, you still share the title. I think that's how that works.
Not sure.
Does that make sense, though?
Yeah.
Like Fort Scott will have the head-to-head over us, but if we have the same league title, should they lose and we win out, I think you still share a title with them. But nonetheless, I know Coach Vollmer will certainly be disappointed in things like that, but oh, did they call an intentional? Allie Brown is shooting these free throws by herself at the line, and her first one is good. Did they call something excessive there, or what happened?
I missed it. I thought play was just stopped for a foul.
Yeah, because she made her first free throw, made the second.
Oh, wait a minute.
Now Landry O'Brien is shooting free throws on this end by herself. What happened? Sorry, wasn't supposed to ask.
I don't.
Landry misses the first free throw. There's just 12 seconds left, and Labette County's down 13, so it doesn't matter a whole lot, but the refs initiated something. Not sure what that was, to be honest with you. Oh, well.
Trying to figure it out, so.
Not too sure.
Yeah.
Timeout, Labette County with 13 seconds left, down 12. Labette County will have the ball. We'll keep it here and continue to thank some sponsors for allowing our broadcast to take place. We would like to thank the Unified School District of USD 506, the Corner Store of Altamont, Olson Ace Hardware, O'Brien Ready Mix, Labette Center for Mental Health Services, Community National Bank, Commercial Bank, as well as Labette Bank. Eye Care Associates of Parsons, Doctors Newland, Gilmore, and Ray, Wood Insurance Center, and SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister. 12.7 seconds remain. Fort Scott 51, Labette County 39. Labette County will have the ball out of a timeout. Millie Carnahan to throw it in for the Grizzlies. Certainly a heartbreaking loss for the Grizzlies here on the road, a game in which, here in a week looking back, you're probably going to need to have unless Coffeyville beats Fort Scott here tomorrow. Ball goes into Landry. On the far side, O'Brien drives, misses a floater, rebound Fort Scott. Landry fights, collects, shoots, and is fouled with 5 seconds left.
Well, I tell you, both teams are still playing awfully hard for 6-7 seconds left in the game. That's 12 points.
Well, and I'll tell you,
and I can't argue against it, I guess.
Point differential helps with tiebreakers. I know that sounds dumb, but if Labette County loses this game by 8 compared to 14, that could be a seed in sub-state.
Okay.
I mean, that's true. That's how it works. O'Brien makes the first free throw, and her second is missed. Rebound Baker, and she'll miss, and Fort Scott has it. And the buzzer sounds here on the road. Labette County 40, Fort Scott 51. Fort Scott with a good win here tonight at home. We'll go ahead and step aside for 3 minutes and come back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show of Lady Grizzly basketball. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show of Labette County Lady Grizzly basketball, where our Lady Grizzlies lose one here at Fort Scott, a tough place to win, 50-41. Initial thoughts?
Oh, game's kind of hard to just put my finger on, really. It just seems like Fort Scott, both times we've played them, has just been the more complete team for all 4 quarters.
Yeah.
We played really, really well a lot of the times, and it seems like they just maintained a more consistent pressure. And it was those little moments when they would just, go up by 6 or 7 and maintain their composure. I mean, I'd like to just tell you we shot terrible, we played terrible, but I felt like we hustled. We played, once we kind of broke loose there, we were a little frail and a little.
Yeah.
And Coach Vollmer spoke to that during that timeout. We could hear from up here. But I got to credit Fort Scott. I feel like they just maintained a good game and just beat us tonight, really.
50-41, again, your final score. Point totals for you for Labette County. Landry O'Brien had 23 points, another great game for our senior leader. And behind her, it goes Maddie Bevins and Aubrey Boss with 5, Jaden Davis with 4, and Amory Baker with 3. So the drop-off hurt us quite a bit tonight as Fort Scott makes Labette County one-dimensional. It's felt that way a little bit. They've tried to take away our turnover or steal ability in the press, and then in the half court take away our ability inside, where typically it would have been Kinsley, Aubrey, Jaden, or Amory that squeaked out 9 to 11 points tonight. And they just suck that away and make one person beat them. And so they did that well tonight. Fort Scott had 3 players in double figures. Comstock had 14. Rogers and Brown had 10. Gorman had 6. Yarrick had 4. And Cowan had 4, and McElroy had 3. At the end of the first quarter, it was Labette County 8, Fort Scott 13, and then at halftime, it was 21-16 Fort Scott. So a 5-point game at half. And then, in the third quarter, Labette County went on a run. Landry O'Brien had 14 of our 16 third quarter points, and it was tied at 32 at the end of 3. Then in the fourth quarter, Fort Scott held Labette County to 1 made field goal and 8 total points, whereas Fort Scott went on to not miss a free throw and score 19 total points in the fourth quarter alone. So your final score again, Labette County 41, Fort Scott 50. Labette County turns around and plays at home tomorrow against Pittsburgh. They need to win out, and we need Coffeyville to come in here and beat Fort Scott tomorrow if we want a share of the SEK title. Let's go ahead and step aside for 3 more minutes. And, Dad, if I'm not back, you will just have to start the boys' pregame show. Not to make you nervous, but I should be back. So let's take 3 minutes, and then we'll have boys' pregame on KLKC. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Grizzly basketball, as Labette County is trying to take on an opponent in which they beat one of our 4 losses this year a few weeks ago at home, and now you got to do it at their place. And now the importance, Labette County probably needs one more win to secure a spot in sub-state. Labette County loses tonight, tomorrow, and Friday. It's pretty shaky on whether we make postseason at all. So tonight is of importance, a winnable game, and we need one more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, for our boys who don't even get me started on this year and the record, how it does not reflect the effort or the capability of this team. But of course, every game is ultra important for them right now, closing out this season. So we'll get started tonight with that.
Labette County's coming off of a game against one of the better teams in 4A in the state, Chanute, where they fell 69-48. Labette County did have 3 players in double figures. Kagan Bates had 11. Briggs Knight and Barrett Heston each had 10. I really liked what I saw from Briggs Knight against Chanute. Attacked the rack, downhill mentality. So I just really liked what I saw from Briggs.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I think the more he just lets himself go out there and have fun and not even think about what the result might be, you just go and just let yourself play like you know how to play. If you get a shot, you shoot it. If it goes in, fine. If it doesn't, fine. It's that next play mentality. That's when he's at his best, when he could care less about what the outcome might be of what he does with the ball. So, yeah, he's a great asset, and we need him. We need him to play that way with that mentality.
This is the Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. My name's Jack Leak III, alongside my father, Jack Leak, and Lucas Hayward on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream. Fort Scott has really labored this season, at least in probably their standards, well, maybe anybody's standards, as they find themselves at the bottom of the 4A East Sub-State Regional Bracket at 2-15. So, 2 teams that combined for 6 wins are going at it tonight. Lewisburg is sandwiched in between us with 3 wins, so some things will shift, win or lose tonight for either team. But Fort Scott, hungry and searching for a win as well, and it is hard to come in here and win. This gym makes it hard to play well.
Well, I mean, yeah, and hopefully our mentality of our boys isn't that. I know we talk about it, and I do too.
Oh, sure, yeah.
But, it's a basketball court, it's wood, 2 goals. I mean, by definition, it's the same court that's just been airlifted to Fort Scott, Kansas. So I feel like our boys, even against Chanute last week, who, as you mentioned earlier, is one of the best teams. I mean, certainly in the league. Yeah, really solid. I mean, for half that game, we were there. So, I know you can't just play half a game. I'm just saying this is a good, fun boys basketball team Labette County puts on the floor every night. And I don't know. I feel like we get a win again here tonight.
2 minutes until tip-off. Again, this is your Tank Connection pregame show of Labette County Grizzly basketball. Labette County will play tomorrow at home against Pittsburgh and home on Friday, senior night, against Coffeyville. Labette County has lost 3 straight games before a win at Fort Scott back on February 6th, where they won 47-44, and Labette County has just 2 wins inside the SEK. Fort Scott, on the other hand, their road ahead and road behind looks like this. Tomorrow they play at home against Coffeyville and then travel to Independence for the Bulldogs senior night, while Fort Scott has lost 5 straight games before winning 2 of their previous 3 back on the last week in January against Girard and St. Mary's Colgan in their midseason tournament. So these teams combined for 8 straight losses and are looking for something to try to take maybe into the postseason. Fort Scott trying to play for a postseason berth, and Labette County trying to avoid being taken out of the sub-state berth. So both teams make their way to their benches. Labette County is going to be in their road black uniforms, tops and bottoms, just like the Lady Grizzlies. Fort Scott is in their home whites, tops, bottoms, red numbers. Labette County red numbers as well on the front and back sides of their jerseys. Labette County still without Dylan Johnson, I believe, for the rest of the year after he re-aggravated a calf injury a couple games ago. Public address announcer addresses the somewhat atmosphere, I guess you could call it, here in Fort Scott as the American flag descends for the second time tonight from the rafters. This has been the Tank Connection pregame show. Back in 2 minutes with the starters and tip-off. Starters are in. Welcome in, basketball fans, to Fort Scott, Kansas. Starters for the home team, Fort Scott, number 0, a 6-foot-tall senior, Dub Chipman. Number 10, a 6'1 senior, Malachi Larson. Number 14, a 6'3 junior, Tyler Anderson. Number 23, a 6'3 senior, Josh Wolhoff. Number 33, a 6'5 senior, Ty Marbury. And head coach for Fort Scott, Brennan Feeback. For Labette County, starters tonight for Coach Bradley Argabright is going to be number 4, a 5'8 junior, Kagan Bates. Number 5, a 6-foot-tall sophomore guard, Nolan Nash. Number 23, a 5'10 senior, Briggs Knight. Number 24, a 6'1 junior, Barrett Heston. And number 50, a 6'3 sophomore, Tucker Rush. Again, head coach for Fort Scott, Brennan Feeback, assisted by Jason Young and Jeff Armstrong. Head coach for Labette County, Bradley Argabright, assisted by Brian Tucker and Davey Brown. Again, Labette County in their road black uniforms, Fort Scott in their home whites. Dad, a quick note on give us one more. I need to talk to Coach, so say something. say something about this game.
Yeah, okay. Well, so again, I look for a good game here. Two fairly equal teams, these two are. I have always felt this entire season watching this Grizzly team play, a competitive bunch of guys, talented, and when they're playing together and playing hard, I'll tell you what, they're tough to beat. So we've pressed a lot of really good teams where towards the end of the game, you know, kind of when we're down 6-8, whatever, we start having to foul and they start scoring, and before you know it, it looks like we lost by 13 to 14 points. So jump ball, Fort Scott's got the ball.
Well done.
The broadcaster's back.
Well done, Grasshopper.
Yeah, well.
I talked to Coach Vollmer, and she's going to join us tomorrow for a chat, and we're going to cover tonight's game and, of course, Pittsburgh's game all in one interview tomorrow. So,
yeah, because I think they're going to go home after a couple of quarters.
Yes. So we'll hear from Coach Vollmer tomorrow. Fort Scott did win the tip but turned it over. Here's Labette County on their first try, and they turn it over. Here comes Dub Chipman right to left, as he'll get to the cup and miss the left-hander, but soaring for it is Kanan Brown, and he gets the bucket and the harm as Kanan Brown started, not Malachi Larson.
Okay, yeah, just a lot of things going quickly here. As most games start, just everything's a bit of a frenzy, so it's going to take 3 or 4 possessions both ways for it to kind of settle into a routine here.
Brown misses the and one. Barrett Heston with the rebound. 2-0. Fort Scott here early. Bates to try to tie it, misses. Rebound to the Tigers.
Nice little penetration there by Bates. Just got blocked from behind a little bit.
Tucker Rush defending well against a big Ty Marbury, 6'5". He's a load. Brown, downhill drive, little touch floater, finds the bottom of the net. It's 4-0 home team early.
Yeah, Fort Scott's had a couple good possessions there, so see now if the Grizzlies can't respond offensively.
4-0 Tigers. Labette County hasn't played in 10 days. Barrett Heston doesn't look like it as he scores a little fader.
Yeah, that was nice. We needed that, you know, kind of slow down this little 2-possession score by Fort Scott, so well played by Heston.
6:30 first quarter. 4-2 Fort Scott. Chipman on a downhill drive, back to Brown, three-pointer, swish.
Gosh, he scored all three, or all 3 possessions, I should say. Guess we need to guard to him.
Yeah, Brown hurt us at home. I don't have my book from that game on me, but he played really well. Nice shooter is Kanan Brown. Nolan Nash with the basketball, downhill drive, fading floater, air ball, rushes there, lost it out of bounds, off of Labette County, and they give it to the home team.
Well, I couldn't tell. Evidently it was. The refs weren't sure either. They just had to end up making the decision.
6 minutes first quarter, Fort Scott 7, Labette County 2. Dub Chipman with the basketball, throws to Brown, far side. Marbury throws one more. Chipman, good offense here for the Tigers, but they missed the bunny. Tyler Anderson didn't use the backboard and missed the short one.
I'm glad that happened. That would have put them up 9-2. So
little miscommunication here for Kagan Bates, threw it away. Kagan Bates has been on a tear of late, scoring 30-some points at Parsons, did well at Independence, at Winfield. He's been tremendous the last month.
Yeah, he sure has.
7-2 Fort Scott. Skip pass, open 3 for Anderson. Rattles out. You could hear it from here. Rebound Briggs Knight throws off to Nash. Left to right he rips. Heston in the corner in front of the bench of Fort Scott. Throws to Nolan. Missed the one off the glass by a touch. Rebound Tigers.
Yeah, that's a pretty good dish inside and a good look by Nash.
Brown wants another 3. Missed it. Marbury skies, collects, comes back down, looks for more. Throws off to Anderson. Tough jumper. Miss. Rebound Briggs Knight. Good position from Briggs.
Yeah, it was. That's Briggs' second rebound. We need all we can get on both ends.
Tucker Rush going to work. Look at that move from Tucker Rush, using that body.
Yeah, big, strong back down by Rush. Went up confidently. That was well done.
Tucker uses his feet a lot, but he's a big boy. I'd like to see him just simply use that body. Here's a foul. Good call on Barrett Heston. Dub Chipman's going to shoot 2 free throws. He was hit across the arms.
Yeah, it's hard to deny that when I saw his arm get yanked down. So
4:30 first quarter. Fort Scott 7, Labette County 4. First free throw good for Dub Chipman, and he is the first Tiger other than Kanan Brown to score.
I need to work on that. When you point at me, do you want me to say something?
Second free throw good by Chipman. No, I saw you look over here as Kanan Brown was talking to Coach Feeback, and it looked like you had some juicy information for us.
Oh, I see.
I thought maybe you had some intel.
Here's
Bates. Good pass to Rush, who traveled with it, but a good pass from Kagan.
It sure was. That's a great pass inside. And Tucker just got a little bit happy feet there. So
he's going to be so good. Polish up that footwork, man. He'll average a double-double. 9-4. Fort Scott in front with the ball. 4 minutes, first period. Labette County in a man-to-man, and Nash intercepts it and is fouled going the other way and will shoot two. And he shot into that passing lane quickly and blurred it to the cup.
Yeah, he did. He anticipated that pass and jumped it. He's so darn quick anyway. He can cover 10 or 12 foot of ground in about 2 little steps, it seems like.
You've always said he runs like a deer, and he really does. It just prances across the floor. He misses the first free throw. Malachi Larson checks into the game for Ty Marbury, and also into the game is Kadai Moreland for Fort Scott in place of Tyler Anderson, as Nolan Nash makes his second free throw to make it a 4-point Fort Scott lead with just under 4 to play in the first quarter.
Like we're in the zone here.
Larson throws to Brown, who throws it to the cup and misses. Ball goes over the backboard, no whistle, but rebound Labette County anyways.
That hit wires.
It did, no whistle. Heston for three from the right wing, no. High board comes down off the fingertips, I think, of Fort Scott, but they're going to say Labette County, and the Tigers have back possession.
That's a pretty good look there by Barrett. He's been shooting good and confident, so I'm sure Coach Argerbright's all about him pulling the trigger if he gets a shot.
3:15 first quarter. Labette County down 9-5. Moreland, right wing, throws into Brown. Works hard on Rush. Missed it, though. Moreland soars and scores.
Boy, it didn't take him long to make an impact. Got up, spun around, put a nice soft kiss off the glass.
Bates, step back three. No foul, hit the deck, missed it. Rebound Moreland. Fort Scott up 6 with it. 3 minutes under first quarter.
Yeah, we need a stop here.
Brown, left wing, playing catch with Chipman. 2 good guards. This is a really good 2-win team. Deep three misses. Rebound underneath goes to Wolhoff. He'll shed off to Moreland. Dribbles tightly. Chipman drives, throws back to Brown. Denies the three. 2-pointer, though, misses. Backside board on the deck, picked up by Bates.
Needed that rebound for sure. Here comes Heston.
It's got to be a block. He calls a charge on Barrett Heston, who was trying to Euro step around his man. What more is he supposed to do? I think that's a block.
Well, I won't get any argument out of me. I tell you, over the years, anytime there's a player trying to draw a charge, anytime, and the whistle blows, you have got a coin flip of what's going to be called. It's just that either hard or that, it's just, you never know.
A charge is one of the more fun and energetic calls in the game, and it's kind of an equalizer, but I like how the college game, the NCAA, tried to change it as Brown misses a three, rebound Labette. As they've been calling more blocks than charges. If I beat you downhill, why should you be rewarded for being able to stand there and fall down if I beat you offensively? So that's something that college tries to change a little bit. Yeah. Labette County throws it away on that end of the floor. Turnover Labette. Fort Scott has it back.
Good hot bounce pass there. That's just hard to handle. It bounced right at the base of his feet. That's just it's hard to pick that up.
11-5 Tigers. Slowly have just accumulated their lead a little bit. 1 minute, 40 seconds, first quarter. Moreland has his pocket picked by Nash, picked up by Lamb. Back to Nolan, 90 feet left to right. You got it.
Yeah, really nice. Good steal, good pass, a good finisher by Nash, and it was contested.
11-7, that cuts it to 4. Minute 20 till the end of the first period. Siren rings. Brown cut off by Colton Weil in the game for the first time tonight. Such a good defender. Briggs Knight rides his man's hip pretty well, forces him to kick back to Wile's man. It goes into Marbury, who's triple teamed. Colton Weil rips it away.
Such a good job of dropping down when the guy didn't know he was behind him.
Nolan Nash throws it away, tried to get a little fancy, and Fort Scott intercepts it. Right to left they go, 50 seconds left in the first quarter.
Didn't know you knew French.
Well, you know, you rhyme away with fancy. Just got to swing it right. As Chipman scores underneath, he's got 4 points. 37 seconds first quarter.
Grizzlies need a good possession here and a good stop. This game's getting 7 points. We need to kind of seal it here.
Briggs Knight blocked at the rim. Moreland on the rebound. Fort Scott has it. They can hold for the last shot. Up by 6. 13-7. Fort Scott with the ball and the lead. 8 seconds first quarter. Kagan Bates defends Dub Chipman. 4 seconds. It's going to be Dub to take it. No, he'll pass. Marbury to Moreland at the buzzer. Glad they didn't reward a whistle there.
Yeah,
and that'll do it. At the end of 1, Labette County 7, Fort Scott 13. Points are a premium. Back in 1 minute on KLKC.
Labette Community College is meeting the need for an increased demand in qualified radiographers. Our radiography students will train on the latest technology in a hospital simulation environment.
I wanted to be able to go into a career where I could help people. And if you're going to go into that field in this part of the four-state area, LCC is the only place to come.
Tuition is nearly half the cost of universities. Scholarship and financial aid available for those who qualify. Text radiography to 620-293-6671 for more information or visit labette.edu.
Multitude of substitutions for Coach Argerbright to start the second quarter. On the floor for Labette County is Kagan Bates. Maddox Dewey, who's driving to the cup, blocked going up, had every right to a lay-in. Also on the floor is Camden Good, Colton Weil, and Carson Lamb. Dub Chipman to the cup, gets it to go with the left hand.
Yeah, Lamb tried to get a call there and a charge, but it wasn't, so that was a good no call, I'll say. Got a steal here by Fort Scott.
Chipman right to left. Bates trying to step in and take a charge, and Chipman traveled with it off of a deflected pass. Kind of hard to explain there, but nonetheless, turnover Tigers. Nolan Nash is going to check in for Labette County, and he's going to get Colton Weil.
I don't know. The ref kind of had a little quiet conversation there with Kagan. Might have been about a potential flop. I don't know. Tried to read Kagan's lips.
Am I right? Was Kagan called for a flop in one of our recent games?
Well, they had a warning, yeah.
Yeah, he was called for one, I think, yeah. Yeah, that's right. As Labette County throws it away, Fort Scott gets it back. Up 15-7 against our Grizzlies with 7 minutes left until halftime. Tucker Rush in the game for Maddox Dewey, and Briggs Knight in for Carson Lamb. This Fort Scott team at the bottom of the standings trying to work their way into sub-state here in the final week of the regular season. Labette County trying to stay out of that situation with the win here tonight. Brown at the top of the key, working on Bates, looks to get downhill, doesn't like what he has, throws off to Larson. Back to Brown. Puts the ball in the holster and throws to Chipman. Fakes left, goes center. Little floater is going to fall over the front of the rim.
Yeah, that's a tough shot, really kind of jumping as you're running and shooting like that. So they've got a nice little roll. Grizzlies need a kind of 17-7. It's time to start chipping away here.
Camden Good comes to collect at the top of the key. Kagan Bates fakes right off the screen. Long floater goes for Kagan Bates.
That's another similar shot to earlier, so tough shot, good play. Let's get a defense here and another offensive opportunity then.
Dub Chipman, another floater of his, misses. Briggs Knight dribbles with his head up. Labette County doesn't have numbers, and Briggs wisely pulls back. Finds Nolan, who drives, dribbles off his knee, but Bates is there to help him out. Kagan drives. Good look. Knight. No. Tipped about. Fort Scott's got it.
Yeah, it's a good look. It just didn't go for Knight. Good pass, too, by Bates.
Brown throws to a backdoor Chipman, who's cut off quickly by Bates beyond the arc. Kagan working on Dub Chipman, number 0 in white. Labette County in black uniforms. Chipman at the cup, fouled by Camden Good, trying to make a play on the ball. Foul on the floor, first foul of the second quarter.
Yeah, it's a good hustle, good effort there. Felt like by Good. It's actually a good foul, too. Probably going to get a pretty good look at a lay-in if he didn't at least contest it.
Ball goes in for the Tigers. Tucker Rush playing defense. Kick out, three-point shot. Falls over the front of the rim and goes down for Tyler Anderson. Three-point shot for Fort Scott, their second of the game. And they lead Labette County 20-9 with 5 minutes till halftime. It's a full timeout. Let's take a 1-minute break. This is Grizzly basketball on KLKC.
At Labette Community College, we're passionate about medicine and compassionate about people. Our highly trained instructors provide innovative career-specific education in the field of diagnostic medical sonography. Do you already have an associate or bachelor's degree in healthcare? Earn an additional certification in sonography. LCC offers a 12-month completely online program with a clinical component. In as little as 1 year, specialize in OB, abdomen, or vascular. For more information, text pound SONO to 620-293-6671 today. Apply online at labette.edu.
Labette County trails Fort Scott 20-9 with 5 minutes until halftime. Out of a Coach Argerbright full timeout, we'll see what magic he worked in the huddle. Labette County nearly turns it over, but it goes off the leg of a Tiger, and Labette County will keep under their own rim.
Nice idea there by Barrett. It's just a little too congested sometimes in there for some of those passes. They're hard to pick up.
Rush throws back to Heston, who stutters and drives. Up and under, missed it with the right. A little too fancy for Barrett right there. Thought maybe he was going to be contested, but he wasn't.
Yeah, gosh, I thought we had 2 right there. So Labette County down 11. We need to get this to 5 or so at half.
Yeah. Heston playing good defense well beyond the arc on Tyler Anderson. This Fort Scott team did play on Friday, unlike Labette County, at Pittsburgh, where they only lost by 8 points. And they travel, 3 seconds in the lane prior to the shot on Fort Scott. But how about that? I didn't see that until just now. Fort Scott only lost 42-50 at Pittsburgh on Friday.
That's good playing right there. Pittsburgh's got a nice physical team, and plus at Pittsburgh that was?
Yes.
Okay. So, Fort Scott might be playing better ball as the season's gone on, too.
Only lost to Parsons by 4 a couple weeks ago and Chanute by 14. So, yeah, a good 2-win team. As is that backcourt, it is. Turnover, Labette County. Coach Argabright watches on. His team down 11.
Yeah, there's just sometimes as a coach, what do you say? I mean, you just have to kind of find your sync, find your rhythm. There's really no coaching or anything you can do other than try to encourage them.
4:15 first half. Labette County 20. Labette County 9. Fort Scott 20. Anderson hit a three a couple possessions ago, has it stripped, but it goes to Chipman. Left-hand floater falls down.
Gosh, it seems like right now they're just making everything they're looking at. So have to just kind of work our way to try to overcome this. One possession at a time, that's all you got.
Chipman with 10 points, leads all scores. Bates spins, fades, misses, rebound Anderson. Right to left goes Fort Scott, bounce pass up ahead, back to Anderson. Awkward catch, he'll shoot a not great shot, and it airballs to Nolan Nash, who's fouled by Marbury.
Yeah, we got fortunate there on that, in my opinion. We thought maybe they had a chance and had some numbers, and so looks like we're going to come away with the ball.
5 on the floor for Labette County after a couple subs is Nolan Nash, Colton Weil, Carson Lamb, Camden Good, and Tucker Rush. (22-9). Labette County trails. 3:30 second quarter. Colton Weil drives with the right. Tucker Rush forwards it to Nash. Jumper, Nolan, miss, down and out. Rebound Anderson. Labette County with just 2 second quarter points.
Yeah, we're going to have to do something here. Getting some fairly tough shots. We're going to have to get some rebounds and second chance points.
Anderson, one more. Chipman 3, miss. Good box by Rush. Rebound Tuck, and he finds Colton Weil. Weil doesn't waste time. Nolan back to Colton. In some traffic, out of bounds off of Fort Scott. It ping-ponged off their chest and went out of bounds.
Yeah, it's a pretty good look there by Nash. Just about a half a beat late on that pass. Got knocked out of bounds.
2:54 second quarter. Colton Weil to throw it in. Anxiously looks for a teammate. Poked out by Fort Scott. Labette County has one more try. Under 3 minutes left in the half.
Like Fort Scott's going to play a man-to-man on an inbounds play. A lot of times it's a zone, so that's a little different.
Backdoor Camden Good hangs and is fouled. And Camden finds himself with some action here and is preparing to shoot 2 free throws.
Good, strong job there by Camden, taking the ball to the hoop. Hopefully we can pick up a couple points here at the line.
Camden spins the ball, rested in his palms, and drains the first free throw. (22-10) the score. 3 subs come in for Labette. It's Briggs Knight, Kagan Bates, and Maddox Dewey for Rush, Nash, and Weil. Camden Good, second free throw is perfect.
Okay, got it to 11 here, so start this whole thing with a good defensive stop right here.
Braxton George in the game as well for Labette County. It's only an 11-point deficit with 2:40 left until halftime. We need to stop. Start with that. Here's a drive and a kick out. Brown for 3 in the corner. Swish!
Tell you, when it's going your way, it's going your way. Right now, they're shooting really good.
They are shooting quite well. 25-11, Fort Scott up 14. Bates facilitates. 2:15 left in the half. Bates calls for a screen, denies it, drives, leans, misses, gets his own, put back, missed as well, fought for, Chipman has it.
Yeah, Kagan made a great second effort there to try to get some points for us.
Brown wide open for 3, buries it. Timeout, Coach Argabright. He has 3 threes on the game, and it's a 17-point Fort Scott lead. It's just a 30-second timeout. We'd like to keep it here and thank our sponsors for allowing our broadcast to take place. That includes Labette Community College, Forbes Hoffman Funeral Homes, Clemens Insurance Agency, the Banks of Commercial, Labette, and Community National, Unified School District of USD 506, Vollmer Cement Finishing, Olson Ace Hardware, SEK Orthopedics, Doctors Mosier and Meister, and Labette Center for Mental Health Services. Coach Vollmer had a timeout pretty similar to that in our girls' loss earlier, where she just kind of got into him a little bit. Coach Argebright pretty rigid with our Grizzlies during that 30 seconds.
Yeah, of course, everyone's frustrated, the coaches and the players, and gosh, it's just been one of those starts. We can't seem to get going, and Fort Scott just can't miss.
Nash, athletic move to the cup. He scored it. A little Harlem Globetrotter action here in Fort Scott.
Yeah, that was smooth. How he maintained where he was, his eyes, and so that was nice.
Brown, I can see some embers on his fingertips from here, actually.
Yeah.
Catches the ball at the top. He has 3 threes. Nash comes to defend him tightly, finds Chipman backside, left-hander misses, underneath the rim, up and down for Aiden Ogren. In the game for the first time tonight is Ogren.
Yeah, that's just too easy when they get the ball down that low. It's hard to guard without fouling.
Colton Weil wants a 3 and missed it. Nash is there to fight. Nash is there to win. Finds George on the offensive board. Nice job from Nolan, who finds himself back with the ball. Spinning, shooting, missing barely. Rebound Brown.
40 seconds left here till half.
Wide open 3 for Larson in the corner. Misses. Rebound Maddox Dewey.
That's a good rebound there by Dewey. Good position. Yeah.
Labette County throws it away beyond the arc with 29 seconds left. 30-13 is the score. Fort Scott in front, and they have the ball. Camden Good in the game for Maddox Dewey. So, man, I mean, they could really hit us with a gut punch here prior to the buzzer sounding in the first half. 30-13 with 15 seconds left in the half. Dub Chipman working on Nolan Nash. Chipman still with it, hasn't passed off yet. Down to 7 seconds. Reverses it to Brown. 4 seconds. Brown's going to take it. Defended really well. Gets an open look off and hits it from the top. His 4th 3 of the half. Good thing it takes more than one nail to seal a coffin, because there was one inserted into the wood right there.
Yeah, I tell you, that's Fort Scott. I guarantee you they'll tell you this. That's as good as I've seen the team shoot.
Yeah. 33-13, your halftime score. Maybe one of the higher first half totals for Fort Scott, and gotta be the lowest first half total for our Grizzlies here in this one. Let's take a 3-minute break and come back with the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show, where we will be joined as always by Labette County freshman Jonathan Dusher for halftime and the third quarter. Back in 3 minutes on KLKC. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Jack Leak III and Labette County freshman Jonathan Dusher, member of the basketball team and aspiring broadcaster. I actually don't know the definition of aspiring, I'll be honest, but you are a broadcaster. I shouldn't say aspiring. You are a broadcaster. And Lucas Hayward on the KLKC Sports YouTube live stream, as Jonathan has been joining us in the past for boys' halftime show and their third quarter color commentary. Jonathan, happy to have you back, and hopefully you can provide a little bit of positive notions for our Grizzly men who trail 33-13 at the break. A tough first half on the road.
You know, I don't think we're not playing very well. I mean, they're making every shot they take. I mean, what's his name? Brown. He's just sharpshooting all over the place. Any three he puts up, it's going in. It's just heartbreaking to see that shot. We just can't buy a bucket down there. I mean, the point deficit right now, I think 20 points if the math is correct. Just making sure. I don't want to, mess up.
Yes.
On live radio, But our defense has been as good as it can be. I mean, we're very undersized. That's just something our team has always dealt with. I think after Hudson and Xavier left, and with DJ being out, we're just very undersized.
Yeah, that's definitely hurt us a little bit. We kind of saw that start to blossom at Burlington, where we got killed on the glass. That kind of has accounted for a few of our losses, is just simply losing that margin underneath the rim. It is such an impactful thing because it so greatly affects your offense and your defense. Mm-hmm. It's a big deal. You're exactly right. And yes, Kanan Brown had 16 first half points on 4 made 3-point shots. So let's go ahead and get into halftime scoring for you. Labette County leading scorer was Nolan Nash with 5, and then 4 players had 2 points. Tucker Rush, Barrett Heston, Kagan Bates, and Camden Good all had 2. For Fort Scott, Kanan Brown had 16, Dub Chipman had 10, Anderson had 3, Moreland had 2, and Ogren had 2 as well. At the end of the first quarter, it was Labette County 7, Fort Scott 13. And in the second period, it was Fort Scott winning 20-6 in the second quarter, giving you your halftime score: Labette County 13, Fort Scott 33. As you know, obviously, Jonathan, you have to adjust defensively to try to get a hand in the face of Brown. But Dub Chipman hurt us downhill. We've had a hard time, going face-to-face against this team defensively. And then you look the other way around and you think, well, darn it, offense is a problem too in this one, just like you said. So you got to kind of fix both things.
And that's really hard to do when you're trying to, stop a guy that's going 100 miles an hour down there. You're trying to get all into the paint to block it up. But then as soon as you do that, number 11 Brown is just going to be out there at the 3-point. Make it. It's really tough.
It is tough.
They're just firing on all cylinders. I mean, Brown and Chipman, I mean, they're just killing us right now. We got to stop them. If we can stop them, we stop their scoring, and then we can get some points.
They have 26 of Fort Scott's 33 points. Brown has 16 and Chipman has 10. Anderson has 3 and Moreland and Ogren have 2, as I mentioned. So, yeah, 26 of their 33 comes from 2 guys. But, hey, that's how it goes.
Yeah.
Like you were saying, why would their scoring come from anybody else if we've had a hard time defending them?
Right.
So, yeah, certainly no excuses here, let alone under a Coach Argerbright team. That halftime speech is going to be nothing but challenge, nothing but motivation, and nothing but trying to initiate improvement here in the second half. This has been the Eye Care Associates of Parsons halftime show. Labette County trails by 20 at the break. Back in 2 minutes with the second half on KLKC. Amanda, it always impresses me how you don't ever slip up and say Lady Grizzly basketball. Because for 2 hours straight you say this is Lady Grizzly basketball, and then you always transition perfectly to Grizzly basketball. Amanda, our board operator back at the radio station, always does a killer job. Thank you very much. Fort Scott will have the ball to start the third quarter of play. Down 33-13 are our Grizzlies here on the road. Fort Scott at the bottom of the sub-state standings with just 2 wins this year. Labette County, the last seed of sub-state, 16th place with 4 wins. So this game could help Fort Scott get in sub-state, or this loss could push us out of sub-state if other dominoes fall. Labette County will have to complete a really good comeback here on the road. Fort Scott opens with a missed 3, and it'll go to Labette County. And Jonathan, I'm having flashbacks. Fort Scott shot unbelievably well against us here last year. I know you might not remember, you were in 8th grade, but I thought I would just share that flashback with you. Back-to-back years, they've shot well here.
I mean, home court, they're used to shooting in here. There's a layup by Kagan, missed, calling for a foul.
Didn't get the whistle, did Bates. Fort Scott has it, looking comfortable. Cannon Brown drives, tough, layup, good.
That was just too easy. I mean, just no effort on that layup, and it goes in. We need to stop him.
18 points now for Brown. Gets a steal. Left to right goes Brown. Lob play. Chipman, he converts. They're having fun on the playground.
And them two are just killing us right now. We got to stop them.
They now have 30 of their 37 points due Chipman and Brown. Bates, dribble handoff, little jumper, no, rimmed out. Rebound, Dub Chipman, and he'll walk it up.
This game I think would be pretty close if we could get our shots to fall. I mean, it's just how the cookie crumbles, I guess.
A lot of little jumpers have rimmed out. Fort Scott has shot really well. They lead by 24.
That is just not what you want to see in a game. In the third quarter, mind you.
Anderson finds Marbury. Back to Anderson. Pulls down the 3. Chipman, dribble handoff. Brown. He'll launch. He'll hit.
That's his 5th, I think. He is just on fire tonight.
Labette County down 27. Looking inside is Labette County. Barrett Heston drives with the right hand, goes between the legs. Now Bates between the rings. Knight to the cup, good pass. Nash for 3 in the corner, miss. Heston put back,
Great work there by Barrett, crashing the boards, getting the rebound and going straight back up with it. I don't even think he came down.
He did not, kind of like just a tip, but he held on to it in midair. Brown, another 3 from deep, good. He's not even thinking anymore.
6 3-pointers in the third quarter. He is shooting lights out.
Labette County down 38. Barrett Heston wants in on the party, misses. Rebound Chipman. He should have passed it, but he didn't see Anderson. Chipman finds Brown at the cup, right hand layup, no. Marbury put back, yes.
See, we get him to miss a layup like that, and then the guy just comes right in, gets the board, and goes right back up with it. We got a rebound. There's a layup there by Nolan. He's fouled hard by 33. Marbury fouls him hard as he's going up.
Nolan Nash at the line to shoot 2 with 4:50 left in the third quarter. Labette County down 15-45. Make that 16 as Nolan makes the first free throw. Definitely a sluggish showing from our Grizzlies. Tucker Rush and Briggs Knight check out. On the floor is Heston, Good, Nash, Weil, and Bates. Labette County has not played in a game since February 14th. Had kind of a snowy week last week. Got out of routine a little bit. Didn't play on Friday like Fort Scott. But goodness, I don't know if all of that would make up for 30 points, Jonathan, as Nolan makes the second.
Yeah, this is just so not the Grizzlies. I mean,
yeah,
to have 17 points and it's the third quarter by now. I mean, just what's happening. That's all you can really say.
Marbury in the corner, throws, intercepted by Nash. He was looking to push, but nobody was there. Now he throws. Heston at the cup, hangs and hits.
Great athletic play there by Heston, jumping up and then just circling the ball around his body like that and then going up the layup.
Labette County playing good defense. Camden Good almost intercepted a pass. He's done that a few times on the football field this fall. But Fort Scott comes down with it. 45-19 the score. 4 minutes left in the third quarter. Brown nearly loses it out of bounds. Labette County's defense beyond the arc doing much better here.
And we need it so he can stop making those threes. That's a big reason why they're up. There's a mid-range jumper there by Woolhoff there. It's good.
As that was a low percentage shot, but tonight I don't know if there's such a thing for the Tigers. Nash fouled underneath by Brown, and Nolan will shoot another pair at the stripe.
We got to make these shots. Anything from the charity stripe should be made. Two free throws here for Nolan Nash. Score is 47-19 with 3:37 left. Rims off the front rim.
First free throw misses for Nolan. Second coming in a moment. Two subs for the Tigers. Chipman back in alongside Ogren. Nobody in foul trouble for either team. It's just been Fort Scott really stretching the floor and making about every shot they shoot here tonight. Opposite everything I just said for Labette County, down 27.
Yeah, this game was blown open, it seems like, in the second half. Second quarter.
Yeah.
But I think we can be able to get back into this game a little bit.
Yeah, maybe need to try to get within a dozen here in the next 5 or 6 minutes.
Three by Woolhoff there as he misses it.
Yeah.
Rebound Bates.
What did you just say? They missed?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Here comes Labette County. Heston fouled. They're not going to give him the shot, are they? As they might.
Block.
Okay, no, so on the floor. So that's the second on Marbury. Or no, sorry, that's on Ogren. So Labette County down 47-20 with 3 minutes left in the third. Heston given room, splash from the left wing.
We needed that. It may not be much, but I mean anything helps at this point.
He has 7 third quarter points, does Barrett, and 9 on the game. Bates trying to give Chipman fits. Stays in front of him well. Chipman forced to throw off. Fort Scott with the ball beyond the arc. Good defense by Weil. They didn't need to throw it back, but they did. Fort Scott thought it was going to be a backcourt violation, and Kagan Bates benefits on a floater.
Yeah, that was a great read there by Kagan, elevating up and getting that ball, that 50-50 ball in the air, taking it down there and just realized he was open, so he shot the floater.
47-25 Tigers. 2:20 third quarter. Colton Weil taking swipes at the ball, defending Dub Chipman. Feels the screen. Chipman denies the three. Right wing three, misses short, goes to Bates. Kagan dribbles off of somebody's shoe but gets it back. Camden Good, full head of steam, jump, stop, and kick. Heston bobbles, loses it, turnover when it felt like momentum was coming.
Man, it just passed over to Barrett and just got away from a little bit, and that little bit caused him not to get that ball. That would have been huge if he could have made that. Brown's passing it in here to Chipman.
2 minutes left in the third quarter. Fort Scott 47, Labette County 25, and Labette's been on a run.
Colton Weil intercepted it underneath the rim there, and Camden tried to save it, just couldn't get it.
Fort Scott will throw in under their own rim on the right side of the floor as we view it. Labette County working right to left. Open three is pulled down at the top, heart of the floor, and reversed course. Anderson with the basketball now. He has 1 3-pointer on the game. Handoff intercepted by Bates. Labette County with room. Right to left goes Kagan. To the cup. Blocked at the summit by Woolhoff. Bates a little slow to get up, looks at his hand. I think he's okay. Anderson stutters. 90 seconds left in the third quarter, and a travel called here on Wolhoff. Turnover, Tigers, who haven't played well the last 2 minutes.
It doesn't really matter, though. I mean,
yeah,
the deficit we're at. We just need them to keep playing bad.
That's right.
Though.
That's right. It will matter if they keep playing that way. Nolan misses a floater. Nobody there to rebound. All 4 Grizzlies well beyond the paint. Labette County working hard. Bates strips it away from Chipman. Nash comes to force a jump, but Fort Scott's granted a timeout before the jump ball was whistled. With a minute left in the third quarter, it's Fort Scott 47, Labette County 25, a 30-second break here on KLKC.
Unbelievable! Sparklight is unveiling unlimited internet for just $25 a month. Get reliable 100 meg internet for just $25 a month for 12 months with unlimited data. That's unlimited internet. Call 877-469-3057 or visit sparklight.com/savings. Sparklight, a new breed in high speed.
Labette County gets a steal to start the last minute of the third quarter, and Colton Weil is who made it happen, his first bucket of the game.
Yeah, we need a lot more of those to happen.
Down to 20. Labette County's defense has been better, more in-your-face-esque for the Labette County defense. Labette County, backdoor, Brown lays it in.
Man. Chipman and Brown, I think they have some sort of connection.
I would say so.
They just know where each other's at all the time. There's a 3 by Camden. Missed it.
49-27. Did Camden get the steal, or did they call a foul?
They called a foul.
Oh, man, Camden stuck with it, made a good play, but they called a foul on Good.
It looked pretty clean to me.
Did they, or did he step out when he stole it? I think he just stepped out when he stole it. No foul was given on the scoreboard. That's all right. No. 49-27. Bates swipes, pokes it. They lose it. He's got it. Bates right to left, up ahead, Weil at the cup, and one! Back to a 20-point deficit and maybe 19 if Weil finishes.
Yeah, we need these charity points here. That's big time.
Kagan Bates has figured out these refs aren't calling fouls, and he's just swiping on Fort Scott right now. That was so bad. That was terrible. And one free throw missed, out of bounds off Fort Scott. Labette County has it. So Labette County down 20 with 4 seconds left in the third quarter. And if you're wondering why I sound so excited, it's because this game was really ugly a little bit ago. Bates throws it in. Nash, no, he's got to shoot it. A step back contested 3 misses. He had an open look off the catch, but decided to pull it down. At the end of 3, it's Labette County 29, Fort Scott 49. Back in a minute with the 4th and final stanza on KLKC.
Hi, I'm Shelby, one of the pharmacists at Bowen Pharmacy. Not only do we keep you up to date on your COVID and flu vaccines, but we also offer pneumonia, shingles, hepatitis, meningitis, tetanus, and whooping cough vaccines. Based on the latest CDC guidelines, we can recommend the vaccines to keep you and your family healthy. Thank you for always choosing Bowen Pharmacy. We're here today and we'll be here tomorrow.
Labette County trails Fort Scott 49 to 29. What am I saying? 69 points, not yet. 49 to 29. Fort Scott in front. Barrett Heston catch and shoot three. Missed it off the glass. Little strong. As we'd like to keep welcoming Jonathan Dusher. He's going to hang with us for the fourth and final quarter. Labette County freshman to the cup. Missing is Fort Scott, but the putback is good for Marbury. Jonathan, we're glad to have some Dusher bonus coverage tonight.
Thank you for having me.
Good response.
Thank you for having me.
Nolan Nash loses it on the deck. A jump ball's going to be whistled in, and it will go to Fort Scott. If that's the whistle, no signal's been made, and now it is, and it'll go to the Tigers.
Man, I can't even say what just happened. I mean, Nolan was fighting for a jump ball, and he just tried to stand. 23 tried to stand up when he was still on him.
Yeah, sometimes the refs call jumps even if you go across the body. I've never understood that. A foul here on this side of half court as the Fort Scott fans are excited about it.
Yeah, that was a foul. I mean, Camden just got out of position a little bit, got bumped, and the ref will call that 9 times out of 10.
51-29. Fort Scott in front. 7 minutes left in the game. Brown in the corner.
Surprised he didn't just shoot that.
Yes, he has 6 3-pointers on the game. Cannon Brown. Marbury bumped underneath and fouled by Nash, and it's on the floor. Fort Scott will inbound.
That one didn't really make sense to me. It looked 33 jump. Marbury jumped up and came down on Nolan, and they called the foul on Nolan.
I agree. And here we go, the basketball gods riding the ship again. Nolan Nash with a steal and one at the other end of the floor for Nolan Nash.
Ooh, I thought they called that on the floor for a second. I kind of got scared.
Sometimes when they motion and one, it looks like they're pointing to the floor.
I was like, what?
I've had that happen before, too. Jonathan was ready to picket fence protest.
I don't know about that. Nolan Nash will shoot 2 here. Scores 51-31, yes.
Nolan misses his and one free throw. Fort Scott with the rebound. Pass thrown up ahead to Brown. 6:50 left in the game. Bates comes to meet Chipman wearing 0 in white. Chipman looks to attack, now reverses. Fort Scott content letting the clock drip. Kick, wide open 3 in the corner. Short, high rebound, goes to Chipman. Little Bunny is good. If you're going to have any chance late, you have to have those go your way.
These offensive boards have killed us. I really think that and the three-pointers is what's just taking us out of this game.
Kagan Bates, good drive. High shot off the window, falls down.
Grizzlies got it back within 20 here with 6:13 left to go.
Long pass for Fort Scott is successful. They break the Grizzly pressure that is desperate here. Kick out to Chipman, quick trigger tray, bottoms for Dub Chipman. Coach Argerbright just turns around and shakes his head as boy, Fort Scott's lit it up tonight. Heston to respond, he does with the left hand.
Some of these threes I'm just shaking my head at, like how are those going in? He shot that off 1 foot down there.
It was one of Dub Chipman's first attempts tonight, really, his first 3.
Yeah, he's been taking his shots more in the paint.
Fort Scott is shooting really crazy shots, but it's still working as Marbury gets one to go underneath.
Off a very easy rebound.
Heston wants a 3 left wing, air ball badly, rebound Marbury, and he'll find an outlet. You know, what Fort Scott's doing tonight is just a prime example of the game of basketball. Basketball is just such an equalizing sport, you know, because if you're shooting well, Brown shoots a 3 and misses it, goes out of bounds. But if you're just, you know, shooting well, playing loose, not thinking, a team that's won 2 games can beat a team that's won 8, 9, 10, 11 games. Basketball is just such an equalizing sport when you face a team that's red hot.
And really, I mean, any team at any record, I mean,
right,
they can win any night,
correct,
any given night.
Carson Lamb catch and shoot 3. You got it from Carson Lamb in the corner.
Got it, 20 again.
Back to 20. This is going to be the last jab for Labette County as Marbury, well contested by Lamb. Up ahead, Heston. Barrett, right to left, thinks about it, drives, blocked by Brown, rebound Brown, long pass to Chipman, under the rim, yes. A 4-point swing. Labette County was about to get it to 18, but Fort Scott pops it to 22.
Cherry picked that all the way.
Now
there's a foul there on Marbury. Nolan is going up, draws the foul. He'll be shooting 2. And he'll actually be shooting 2 this time, not an and 1.
Yes. This will be Nolan's 8th and 9th free throws of the game.
How many of those has he made, do you know?
4. So he up to this point, he's 4 for 7. He makes the first one.
5 for 8.
Oh. Colton Weil and Maddox Dewey in the game for Labette County. Carson Lamb and Barrett Heston. Nolan Ash second is good as well. Hit the rim a few times and fell true. Nolan's quietly played pretty well tonight as far as scoring. He's in double figures. Kagan Bates intercepts a pass here and collects it. Oh my goodness. Bates is fouled at the rim and will shoot 2 to try to get it to 19 or 18. He is a blur.
Yeah, I mean, Kagan, no matter what, it doesn't matter how many points they score, he'll never give up. That's one thing I love about him.
Yeah.
And he's just a junior, too. He's got 1 more year here with the Grizzlies.
Pretty hard to believe.
I mean, you take a look at our lineup, we only have 2 seniors and only 1's active.
Yeah.
Kagan gets the first one to fall.
Coach Argerbright spoke on the promising future of Labette County basketball. I think it was post-game of our game against Chanute back on the 14th. Just about how a lot of our guys are young and work really hard in the offseason. Second free throw good for Kagan Bates. He has 8 points tonight. 60-42, Labette County's cut it to 18. Weil gets a steal. Colton at the cup, looks for a friend, throws it away. Fort Scott's got it. Colton got a little excited after he stole it. Fort Scott has a pass poked out by Lamb.
Great hustle to get back there and get in that passing lane and knock it out of the air. Colton Weil looks like he's in a little bit of pain coming off as Briggs Knight checks in for him.
That or he's upset with how he handled the ball after intercepting it. Who knows?
Yeah.
4 minutes left in the game. Labette County down 18. Dub Chipman to inbound. Surveys his options. Finds Brown at the cup. Who scores? And he scored a lot tonight.
30 or so. It's got to be.
He's up to 28 right now.
Pass through traffic there by Kagan to Briggs Knight.
Maddox Dewey with the basketball now at the top. Got a man to bite. Little layup. Misses barely. Rebound Marbury. Cherry pick Chipman scores. It actually works pretty well unintentionally.
Barrett Heston dribbling in the paint. Goes up. Misses it. Rebound or jump ball forced there by Kagan Bates.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I kept saying Marbury. That's Ogren. Thank you, Jonathan.
It'll stay with the Grizzlies.
As that's Aiden Ogren in the game, not Marbury. They both play center positions.
Yeah, I was about to say Marbury as well.
64-42 Tigers in front with 3:23 left. Entry pass goes to Heston about 3 feet from the rim. A little fader falls down.
Gets his little fadeaway jumper to fall.
Yes, as Heston's up to 13 now. Fort Scott nearly throws it away. No, they do throw it away. And Labette County will have it back down by 20 with 3 minutes left in the game. They've played better this second half.
I mean, for how much we were down by in the first half and how many points we've scored now.
It's been even in the second half. Well, Heston makes it a 2-point Grizzly advantage in the second half, but down 18 in total. Fort Scott pretty loose with it. They throw it away. Nolan traveled, but no whistle. Nash at the cup, missed 2 lay-ins, gets his own again, and then has it stolen. Dub Chipman left to right. That was huge. Not to say we would have came back and won, but Nolan should have had that.
Foul on Carson Lamb there on Ogren. Is that how you say his name?
Ogren.
Ogren. Sorry.
So, yeah, that will be 2 for him.
2:35 left in the fourth quarter.
First free throw is short, no good. 3 Grizzlies check in. Camden Good, Tucker Rush, and Colton Weil. 64-46, 2:35 left in the game. Ogren's second free throw is a swish.
Full timeout there by Fort Scott's coach.
Coach Feeback wants 60 with his team and going to try to provide them with some feedback. So let's go ahead and step aside for 1 minute. I apologize. Here on KLKC.
My name is Bria and I'm a pharmacist at Bowen Pharmacy. I'm here today to tell you about one of our patient programs, Meds to Beds. Bowen Pharmacy South is located in the medical office building at Labette Health. Our staff works closely with the doctors, nurses, and social care workers to ensure that your transition out of the hospital is an easier and more convenient experience for you and your loved ones. If you are having inpatient or outpatient surgery, we will get your medications directly from your doctor and deliver them right to your hospital bed. If you are having a baby, we will get your medications or anything else that you may need to get your family home without the hassle of making several stops along the way. Whether you're here for a few hours or a few days, we are here at Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South to help get you well without any interruption in transition of care. Just ask for Meds to Beds. At Bowen Pharmacy and Bowen Pharmacy South, we are here for you today and we are here for you tomorrow.
Labette County trails Fort Scott by 19 points with 2:30 left. Labette County does have possession of the basketball. Tucker Rush hands off to Nolan Nash in the corner, who reverses the ball to the weak side. Kagan Bates drives quickly. Little floater goes down for Kagan Bates. Labette County's defense has been pretty good of late, and a travel called here on the Tigers. Hasn't played a lot tonight is Jax Armstrong, a freshman for the Tigers.
You know, that was a great shot there by Kagan. Dribbling and forcing contact and going up and getting the floater to go.
65-48. Labette County set to throw it in. A no-look pass. Nolan Nash at the top. Three-pointer strong. Rebound Colton Weil. Little floater for Wile's good. And Coach Argerbright, say it with me, Grizzly Nation. Give him a 60. Timeout, Coach Argerbright. Labette County on a little run with 2 minutes left. Back in 30 seconds on KLKC.
Life is about movement, and the human body is like any high-performance machine. When miles add up, parts wear down, and that's when pain begins, and here's where it ends. At Labette Health, our nationally recognized orthopedic and sports medicine surgeons use advanced techniques to reduce recovery times and relieve pain for miles to come. Feel like new again at Labette Health in Parsons, Kansas. For more information, go to labettehealth.com.
From 13 to 50, that's 37 points, I would say, right? Yeah, 37.
Yes.
I need to be more confident in my math.
Labette County has him trapped again. That went off his leg. Oh, it looked like it went off Brown's leg.
Oh, it definitely did.
Coach Argerbright is playing charades down here with the official in agreement with myself. 2 minutes left in
Smothered
the game.
him again.
Yeah, Labette County's press has hurt him. Chipman's going to break it. We got to get in front of him, fellas. He gets by 4. 5 Grizzlies missed it, and it's tipped out to Barrett Heston.
That is a sight for sore eyes to see him to miss that.
Kagan
3 from Kagan. Missed it. Rebound Colton.
There's no foul called, but Bates steals it from Brown. Bates, no whistle again. Oh, his foot was out. Oh, my goodness. As Fort Scott has it, and a travel called here on Dub Chipman. I don't think Labette County can come back with 1:40 left, but it's kind of fun to get into it because, man, Labette County's got Fort Scott on the ropes.
We can make it more prettier, you know. Lipstick on a pig. Sorry.
Lipstick on a tiger, maybe.
Okay.
65-50 the score. Ball goes in. Bates fakes left, gets to the heart, leans, fires, misses, tips, goes to Chipman. Boy, Kagan hit the deck hard there.
It looked like he just went up for the board and got his legs taken. There's a 3 from Brown, and he gets it.
As his 7th of the game. He has 31 points, if I'm not mistaken.
Foul on Chipman there. As Kagan is bringing it down the floor.
Minute 20 left in the game. Labette County down 18, but had a really good second half. Like you said, 37 points in it. Looking for more. Bates drives. Good find. Briggs Knight for 3. Strong.
Oh,
rebound Brown. And his pass is tipped by Good, and Good fouled Chipman. So it will be not free throws yet for the Tigers.
Cam was up there. I mean, he had hand on the ball, and they just tangled up arms, and Chipman fell. It's a great call by the ref. 23 Woolhoff passes it in. Tipped by Briggs. Intercepted Kagan. In for the 2.
Kagan Bates has really come on in the second half. He's got 10 points in the second half alone. Labette County still fighting oh so hard as they're going to foul Chipman on the inbound steal attempt.
It's one thing I've always admired about the Grizzlies and Coach Argerbright's coaching. We don't give up.
Yeah. This second half has been kind of the definition of what his program's about, but my goodness, that first half was really poor.
Yes. Not very Grizzly, I guess you can say.
We're going to end up scoring 54, 56 points and had 13 in the first half.
Yeah.
I mean, that's impressive, but yet, of course, disappointing.
We could be in this game if we could have had a better first half.
And on top of all of that, Fort Scott played out of their mind. So, I mean, you know, it's twofold, but it is what it is. Chipman misses both free throws. Brown gets the steal, missed the slam. Put back is good, though, for Aiden Ogren. So another negative sequence for Labette County there.
Running clock as well.
35 seconds left in the game. Bates misses a 3 short. Rebound Fort Scott, and a foul from behind on Labette County. Didn't look like we touched him, but oh well. And Fort Scott is going to improve their record to 3-15, and Labette County will fall to 4-14. And Lewisburg plays tomorrow, so they play 3 times this week. So there's some things that need to more so not happen rather than happen for Labette County. We just need Lewisburg and Fort Scott to keep losing if we want to get in as the 16th seed and play Ottawa in sub-state. But if Lewisburg or Fort Scott should maybe win a couple games this week, Labette County will be out unless we win as well.
Woolhoff misses his first free throw there.
Thank you for reminding everybody we actually have a basketball game going on. I appreciate it, Jonathan. That wasn't sarcasm, by the way.
Oh, okay. And also Camden fouled out. Just great effort from him there.
Camden fouled out?
Yes, he had 5.
Wow.
It's great effort there. I mean, when you foul out, it means you're playing basketball. Either that or you're sloppy and tired. Three from Colton. Misses off back iron. Just touch strong.
As Woolhoff made the second of two. Fort Scott got the rebound here. Labette County plays at home against Pittsburgh tomorrow. Fort Scott host Coffeyville.
They're just going to dribble it out here as final seconds tick down in the fourth quarter.
Good win for a Fort Scott team that hasn't had many of them this year. But boy, they got it by a nice little margin tonight against our Grizzlies. 71-52 is the final score. Let's step aside for 3 minutes and come back with the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show. Welcome in, Grizzly fans, to the Bowen Pharmacy postgame show as the infamous song Great Balls of Fire is playing, and that's what we just witnessed was the music video for Great Balls of Fire, Fort Scott's offense, as they finished with 71 points. Cannon Brown had 31 and Dub Chipman had 21. Brown made 7 threes on the game. Jack Leak III with you alongside Jonathan Dusher here for the postgame show. Jonathan, we'll keep the postgame show a little bit short tonight. Coach Argerbright said he won't be coming up. We will talk to him and Coach Vollmer tomorrow at the home game against Pittsburgh. But Jonathan, what did you see tonight from our Grizzlies?
I don't know if I saw the Grizzlies tonight. That first half was, I saw them in the second half, but that first half was just really bad and really poor. I just wasn't expecting that from our Grizzlies. To put up 13 points and a half is just not normal at all.
Yeah.
We really turned it on the second half, though. And I was really proud of him with that. We never gave up. Played to the last buzzer there. But, that first half was really what killed us there.
Yeah. No, it was. Labette County had 13 points in the first half, and they had 39 points in the second half. So they ended up, like I said, they put up 52 points, which has been kind of their average, maybe a little above.
I think it is, yeah.
But they had 13 in the first half. So, yeah, a tough one for Labette County here tonight that falls to 4-14. For Labette County, scoring was Barrett Heston with 15, Kagan Bates with 12, Nolan Nash with 12, Colton Weil with 6, Carson Lamb with 3, Tucker Rush and Camden Good each had 2. Yeah, and again, Labette County had 13 points in the first half. They trailed by 20 at the break, and then scored 39 compared to Fort Scott's 38 in the second half. So, a lot of scenarios that still can take place with both of our teams. We will cover them extensively tomorrow. Our girls can still win an SEK League title. We just need to win out and have Coffeyville win tomorrow night here at Fort Scott. So that's what our girls need to happen. Coffeyville win here at Fort Scott tomorrow, and we need to win out tomorrow, and home against Coffeyville on Friday. Whereas our boys need to maybe win one more to get in, but if we don't, then we need Lewisburg and Fort Scott to keep losing. So it's that type of season. It's the sub-state week, Jonathan, where seeding is going to be determined, and some teams need other things to happen. So, Jonathan, really enjoyed having you for the second half of the game and post-game tonight. We're keeping it a little short so we can get on the road and get back and ready for tomorrow's game against Pittsburgh. But thank you very much, Jonathan.
Yes.
Great job. Labette County women fall, Labette County men fall, looking to get back on the horse and right the ship tomorrow at home against Pittsburgh. Tank Connection pregame show will be live about 5:50 p.m. tomorrow from Harrison Gymnasium. For Jack Leak, Jonathan Dusher, Lucas Hayward, and Amanda back at the station, I'm Jack Leak III saying good night, Grizzly Nation, safe travels if you're driving, and as always, God bless.